For those people that want to try and actually argue the point that Jason's bringing up, he just posted a diagram at 28 after the hour. So if it's true that that diagram is what people are saying the Earth is, then he's going to have to present the evidence of how he knows that's true. You can't just say it or post an image and not talk about it. Is there anybody else in here who thinks that the Earth is a globe? Chime in.
Yeah, I think it's
Hello?
just us, my friend, at this point, and Jason. Everyone else must be asleep.
How about Rumi? Rumi, are you there? Rummy? What's up? What's up? Hopefully everybody's having a good day.
I think it's pronounced "Are you me?"
All right, so we got Crit in here, DJ, Alaskan Malamute, Batman. What's up, brother? Latter-day Saints just popped in. Jason. Jason's been on a 24/7 flat Earth binge. He wants to show something that is evidence that the Earth is a globe, but he can't do so because he's about to eat. So. We have Jess Bilby join us. Welcome.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. What's this channel, bro? Flat Earth Discord?
Yeah, the channel's about our the topic that we talk about in here, which is flat Earth versus globe Earth. This idea that you live on a globe is not a real. It's not something that's real.
Okay.
It's been put in your head like it's real, but it doesn't have any evidence out in the physical world. Can't go outside and test it. You can't measure it. There's nothing you can do. It just it lives in your head. The Earth as a globe is not something
What
that's
about
real.
the other planets, though?
Yeah, what do you mean by other planets? Like when you look at those things in the sky, what can you tell me that they, the people they say they're made of all kinds of stuff. There's a gas giant and all that. How do you know all these things? Why would you say those things are planets like they're telling you? How do you know what they are? This channel is so that you can question these things.
Yeah.
So now you tell me, you said, what about other planets? What do you know about those things they call planets? What do you know about them?
I mean, it's been confirmed they're
How?
globes.
How?
How are we different, though?
How has it been confirmed? You're just accepting this as a truth. How has it been confirmed?
But then what are those then?
How has it been confirmed?
I mean, like we use logical thinking and observation, you know.
No, we don't. We
Because
just use
they have rotations.
Yeah, we only use observation. We don't use logical thinking. We only use observation. And there's a story that they tell you of what you're looking at. So you see something up there and they say, that is a sphere. Right? Isn't that what they say?
Okay.
How do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
I mean, like, because I guess because we're still technologically unable to observe them up close.
Okay.
So we still observe them from afar.
Yeah, but
Everything's
how do
still a
you know?
tourist.
How do you know? Listen, you say because of technology. How do you
Yeah.
know that we can actually get technology to those places? How do you know this?
No, I didn't say that we are going to be able to you know get there closer in the future. I didn't say that.
No, but here's the thing. They gave you a story about what those things are. They gave you a story about
Uh,
how you can think about them like a sphere. So you're asking a
mm-hmm,
question you're asking a question to this room that's loaded. It's loaded because you
mm-hmm,
say, "What are those things up there?" You're asking us because you in your head,
yeah.
you think you have an idea of what they are. They're planets, they're globes,
Mm-hmm,
they're made of certain elements. But you do
mm-hmm.
not know this information. You're choosing to trust wherever you hear their information is being told to you. And you're asking us, okay, I know what they are, but what do you say they are? You can't do that because you don't even know what they are.
The globe is spare, man.
You understand?
I mean, like, I do understand your point, but
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
like,
Everybody here, we're all in the same place. We're all in the same mindset. But when you say, what are those things over there? You're asking us. Well, I'm going to show you how you don't even know this information. Because I'm asking you, how do you know? And you're like, I don't know. I've been told this.
bro,
Been told that
Bird,
those things are
but man.
planets.
it's not exactly like I'm told. It's because I studied the articles, man.
Okay.
Because I'm
Well,
not I'm
and
not blind in that way.
okay, well let's examine this, right? We'll review what you studied. What have you studied in the articles? What did the articles tell you?
They are planets, and they have
Okay.
different kind
Oh,
of rotations. Some are have
yes.
bigger mass, smaller mass, but they
Okay.
all are a sort of spheres. They
Okay.
are
And
all spheres
so you read this in the articles. Now, how do you know this is true?
because scientists made that articles based off observations.
So right, so you're trusting other people and you haven't checked yourself, right? You're trusting the
I have.
information. What do you mean you have? You've checked?
Or like I check what's happening in Jupiter and shit. No, I
Yeah.
haven't.
You okay, so
I haven't.
you don't know if these articles are true or false. You don't know this. You don't know this,
I
right?
mean, like, yeah. I mean,
Okay. So
I
now we're
I
d-
I can't I can't I can't I can't like
I know that,
I
Bilby.
can't tell you because I
This is
have
the
no
issue.
status as
I know this is the issue,
what was
right?
the issue?
The problem is you read these articles and you trust and believe. What we're doing in this room is made for people to question the narrative, right?
Good.
To question whether or not they
Okay.
can know what they know. So even if you read these
Mm-hmm.
articles, there's no way for you to check and see if they're saying something that's true or false. So you are believing something and you don't have the ability to check. So it is like
I mean, we
it is
can.
like a it is like a really good story. Yes? It's a really good story, but
Okay.
you can't check to see if it's real or not. So it's a belief. You
But we
understand?
can we can we can we can simplify the logic. Then
Go ahead, try
I've
it. Simplify
okay.
it, please.
So you believe in flat Earth, right?
No,
we're going back to Earth, man.
no. Yeah, well, let's get back to Earth. No, we don't believe
Yeah.
in flat Earth. A flat Earth is an observation of the Earth that we live on.
Okay. So
It's an
what do you
observation.
believe then? Yeah.
It's not
You
a
believe that the
belief.
Earth is a globe?
I believe what? Say again?
You believe that the Earth is a globe?
No.
Then what
There's
do you
no
believe then?
well, the observation of the Earth being a horizontal plane, it's a flat Earth. So my observation along with the measurement, will also show the data behind the observation that the Earth is a horizontal plane, that it's not a globe, like they've been telling you. So I don't
So
need to
basically, you're saying
believe.
that the Earth is flat.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Well, I have a logical question to ask you then.
Go ahead.
What if I go to the top of, let's say, Burj Khalifa?
Hmm.
You know what that is, right?
Yes, I do.
And I want to see the statue of New York Liberty Statue, but I
Hmm.
can't see it. Why is that?
Okay, it's your inability to understand how vision works. For number one, you don't realize how our vision works, like how optics work. So, because of this misinformation that you have in your head that you could see forever if the earth was flat, this idea, that's the reason why you are making this question. So, let me give you an example, okay? So, if you're on
Okay.
the street, right? And maybe
Mm-hmm.
you're a good friend, maybe you're a good friend, as you know, you're meeting with your good friend, and your good friend walks away from you, right? Your good friend goes a little bit far away from you. What happens to how big they look like when they're far away from you? They look smaller, right? When they
Okay.
move away from you. Do you understand? This is logic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Okay,
understand that. Yeah.
and also visual perspective. Okay, so maybe they get more far away from you, far away. They get even smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once they get too far away with your eyes, you cannot see them anymore, right?
Okay.
They seem to vanish from your sight. Now, this isn't because they
Mm-hmm.
disappeared. They didn't disappear. They just moved too far away for your eyes to resolve the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Now, let's go back to the Burj Khalifa and you on the top.
Mm-hmm.
When something is far away from you, what happens to it? Just like your friend.
Get smaller in your
That's correct.
perspective.
Yes, that's correct. And it doesn't have to
So
be
what
the
what if
idea that
I bring like
that's
a
well,
hundred
hold on.
times
Well,
telescope?
yeah, hold on. Don't go there yet. I know where you want to go. Don't go there yet. So,
Okay.
if you think that the earth is a globe or the earth is flat, this principle of the way we see is true, correct? Doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
think the earth is a globe or if the earth is flat. The principle of somebody moving away from you and they get smaller away in distance is just obviously true. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now that you know that, you're going to ask your question. You're on the top of the Burj Khalifa. Things that move away from you are smaller than you. Now that you know this, what's your next question?
I mean, but like, what if like I bring like 100 times zoom telescope?
Yeah, but that's not okay. Let's do it this way. I'll help you, right? You have to use
Mm-hmm.
something that we have practically right now. It can't be like, what if I have a million times zoom scope? Can I see the other side of the ocean? You can't say that.
Yeah.
You can only use things that are available to you right now. Any technology, any type of optic that's available to you right now, that would be practical. What do you have available to you right now that you can use? In reality, what's
Nothing. No.
not on your person. I mean that is available somewhere.
Oh, I mean, we have like a really advanced telescopes that
Okay.
we use to observe other planets.
No, well, that's fine. But I'm asking for on the surface right now. If you wanted to and you
And
had
we can
money,
ju-
and
we can we
if
can
you had
just use
money,
that.
no, you can't use that. All right. If you had money,
I can't.
no, you can't.
Okay.
It's designed for something different. But that's not. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about on the surface where you are. If
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to buy a really powerful telescope to go see, the other side of the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of telescope can you purchase that you can do this? If you had money.
Yeah, it's like a $10 telescope.
No,
I can
no.
like
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Like if let's say you became really rich and you could buy a telescope
yeah.
that you could
Oh,
use,
uh-huh.
what would be available
Then
to you to test to see how far you can see? You can look
yeah,
this up if you like. I mean, it's not a
the
problem. But
interplanet telescope. Yeah, I'll buy that shit.
well, like an observatory.
Yeah. Then I'll use it
Okay,
to scope the other side of the planet.
okay. Well, now the other thing is, if you point it horizontally, how far do you think you can see? So you could look at the magnification and all
Mm,
these things and find out the viewing
mm.
distance.
In my logic, then I can't see the other side of the planet because
Yeah.
it's a sphere, you know.
Well, no. The logic would be that you're not thinking of the planet like the way you think in your head. It's a sphere and all that.
Okay.
Okay, now if you're going to look horizontally and you want to use zoom capabilities, would there be something preventing that viewing distance to be seen using that big
I
telescope?
mean, like there will be clouds.
Well, no.
Other,
Let's say the Earth wasn't the sphere you thought it was, and it was a flat Earth.
I can't think about that, man.
Well, you have to,
Just
because if you can't think about it in your head, that's the reason why you don't understand that when you made your question about using a telescope, why can't flat earthers use a giant telescope? Then I'm giving you the way to think about it right now. I'm showing you. Well, the Earth is flat, and you're using your big telescope. What do you think you'd be able to see? How far away?
okay. Then let's believe that the ocean have like the edge, you know. Let's believe that the Earth is flat then for a
Yeah.
second.
How far can your telescope see?
I guess to the edge
The-
of the globe and the edge of the Earth.
no.
Then where would I?
Oh, once again, the poor understanding you have for how vision works is getting in the way right now. It's funny that I'm using that pun.
You get
All right,
everything gets
let me.
smaller, right? I know, bro.
No, that's just part of it. But the telescope, even though things get smaller, the telescope helps you zoom in on things that are in the distance. But what is the
Mhm.
reason why, when you use a telescope horizontally over a large, vast distance, that the optic of that telescope will not be useful?
Why
Do
is
you
that?
know?
Why is that the case? No.
Well, there's things that are going to get in the way. Number one, atmospheric distortion. There's going to
So
be a lot of
basically clouds.
well, you can say this, but there's other things, right?
Yeah,
There's like
I told you that.
yeah, but there's you can categorize it as mist, as dirt,
Yeah. Mhm.
fog, or any other kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Uh, And
Yeah.
and there's different temperatures between where you're standing and how far you can see.
Okay. Mhm.
So you couldn't see forever with that telescope because the atmosphere is opaque over distance. A vast distance will have an opaqueness. It's like if you have one, like a window. You seen glass,
Uh
like a
huh.
window.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were to stack a lot of glass against each other. What happens?
I mean, I can see through all the glass.
No, you can't.
I can't. Oh, because there's going to be like mist trapped between the glasses and
No,
shit.
no. The glass itself
What?
compounds against each other, and it starts to make a very opaque, like viewing distance. So you can't see because the glass is like enough of glass. If you put another window against another window against another window against another window, you couldn't see past through all of them.
Why though? What kind of glasses are we talking about?
So the like a window, like the regular windows that you have
Uh,
on your house. You look
yeah.
outside of a window, the glass, that kind.
Yeah.
If you stack a whole bunch of them and then you put them horizontally, you couldn't see through
Yeah.
all of them. You couldn't see through all of them. The more glass you put, the more opaque it becomes, and then it's the viewing distance becomes really distorted. You can't see past all of those glass stacked up against each other.
But how can we
So
implement that logic to the difference of temperature,
right. So
mist,
the
atmosphere?
air, yeah,
Uh-huh.
the air itself is like that. The air compounds over
Like glass?
distance. Yeah, it compounds. You can
Oh,
see through it. Like if you're close, if you're in a fairly close range, you can see it
okay.
pretty far away. But it starts to over distance, like a real far distance. It starts to compound. It will not. It will, like even if you had the best telescope, you wouldn't be able to see farther past a certain optical limit. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of factors. Not to mention, like I said, the atmospheric distortion that would happen. The air gets distorted over distance, and it just depends what time of day you're looking across horizontally, whether or not the temperature outside will change your viewing distance. This all has to deal with how optics work. It gets a lot
Mm-hmm.
it gets a lot more interesting when you start studying this topic, how optics work over distance. And
Mm-hmm.
so you could see far away, but the atmospheric conditions will prevent you from, even if you had the best telescope, that you couldn't see to the other side. Not to mention
I
things
guess
get
it just comes down to a matter of perspective. I guess we are a very small
well, you're getting
beings.
it. Yeah, you're getting it. So, yeah. So even though you understand the earth is flat, you still can't use the best telescope to see across the ocean to the other side. Not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Oh yeah, yeah. But Jason Affleter makes a pretty good logical thinking here. Like
Okay.
pilots fly around the globe.
No, they don't. They fly over a flat
You
earth.
know,
No.
they teleport.
No, they okay, that's funny. No, they fly over a flat earth.
Then how?
How? Well, the earth is not
Yeah.
curving. Number 1. Number 2, they're trained on flying over a flat and stationary earth. This is how they train them. Pilots are not trained on flying over a curved moving earth. They're not trained that way. Did you know this?
Okay. What?
That the pilot is not trained on a spinning globe. They're trained on a flat, non-moving earth.
I mean, like I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Okay. That's how
But
they're
but I
trained.
guess it is part of their training. Then.
Yes. Part of their training. You can look it up. I'm not making these things up. That's how they train them. Even though they think they are on a globe, they don't train them like they're on a curved surface, moving along the curved surface. They just think they're moving along a flat earth.
But you can like you cannot implement pilot training to something that is like basically what's true. Because the Earth is not flat.
Yes, it is. It is. You just don't want it to
And what
be.
about what about
It is.
you know about war you know about World War II, right?
Yeah, I
Where
do.
where do you think is the edge of the map then?
Nobody.
Where it is?
Listen. You've your
I mean,
whole life. Yeah, your whole life you've been looking at things like maps, globes. So the idea of what the Earth is in your head only exists based on those things. You think that the
okay.
Earth is like those things, but you have no idea of how you can make that like reality. So if I was to ask you, which map is the correct map? There are hundreds of maps right now, just Bilby. Hundreds. Which one is the correct
Hmm.
one?
The one that is internationally used.
So how do you? Okay, which one's that? Which one's that?
Hold on, I don't
You've,
know the name, but
I know, Bilby. You've never looked at this topic. You've never seen which map they use.
because I did not like it did not bother me, you know.
I know. It's what they. Okay, there's a saying. It's called ignorance is bliss. The less you know, the better. So long as you can have a belief, it's like they only give you enough to believe in. That's it. They don't give you enough to know. That's why a lot of people like you. They make fun of this. You think it's funny, and it's you don't take it serious.
Yeah,
But you right now, my friend, you don't know if this true that the earth is a globe. You want to believe this because your whole life you've lived. You only think that it's that way. But right now I'm challenging you, right? I'm challenging you and you're thinking. Can you show me the map that you think the international one they're using? I'm going to challenge you and see if you can provide the evidence.
but there
Allow
is
me to challenge you.
so was the Google say that there is no single international map name, but there is so many used
Okay.
in many
Okay,
different countries.
let me point something out to you. Right now, you just went back on the thing you said was existing. You said there was an international
That's,
map, and that's the correct one. Now you
I mean,
saying there
I
is
mean,
no.
you,
Hold
you
on,
can say
just Bilby, just Bilby. Let
okay,
me point something out to you. This is what's happening right now. Okay, right now with you and me, you are saying now there is no international map. You just said there was a moment ago. Look at what's happening
I
to your
said there is
mind.
no single name
Yes.
international map
Okay, then
because there is
show
so
me the
many
one.
used.
Okay, well then which one
I
is
mean,
the right
you
one?
can just Google you can just Google world
I
map,
don't need to. I don't need to Google it. I know myself. I need you to Google.
okay?
I need you to look at the information because you don't know. I've done this research for many years, Bilby.
Okay.
You don't know this information. I do. So right now,
But then going back again to my question about the World War II, do you know that?
yes,
I mean, USA fought two different countries on different edge of the map, like Germany in
yeah,
Europe and Japan in Asia.
yeah.
How did they able to do that?
Okay, so you're asking a question. It's out of ignorance. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh, where's that? Where's that?
What What does a map have to do with the shape of the Earth, Bilby?
Just for it's a technology for us to use for
I know,
navigation.
but answer my question, please. Answer my question. What does the map have to
What's
do? Hold on, Bilby. You have to focus.
okay?
Your mind is going everywhere right now. Just listen to the words that I'm telling you. What does the map have to do with the shape of the Earth?
With the shape of the Earth. It's,
Yes.
yeah, you can say that it cannot
No,
be like
I'm not saying anything,
related.
Bilby. I'm asking you a question. What does the map have to do with the shape of the Earth?
Nothing.
Thank you. So this question you made was not one that's logical. You can ask another question and we'll review it.
What about the edge of exploration? Do you know that?
The edge of exploration. What does that mean
Yeah.
logically?
Logically,
Hmm.
the Europeans found it out that the Earth is round, and they wanted to go to India, but they do not want to go through Middle East, and so they go around the globe. How how can you
Okay.
explain that then?
You said they went around the globe. Let's examine the claim.
Yeah,
How do they know they're going around the globe? Those guys.
because they found out about it.
What? They what?
They found it out about it. They found out
How? How?
theories.
Okay, they were
like
curious.
the logical thinking that I use about Burj
Yeah,
Khalifa and
yeah. Let's say
Statue
this.
of Liberty. I found out
They were
that
curious. They were curious. Sounds like a really good answer. It sounds like it. But how do they know that the Earth is a globe? By
because
being
I just
curious.
told you
No, you didn't tell me.
they found it
You
out.
said, how did they find it out? What was the method that they found it out? Think about it.
I mean, in Google, the Europeans
No, they didn't
knew
have
the Earth
Google.
was a
Hold on a
sphere
minute. Hold
based.
on. No, no, no. Now
What?
I need you to focus. How did they find this out? You either know or you don't know, Bilby. You got to be honest with me, brother. I mean, we're having a
I mean,
discussion about having to
I
reason.
I know the part where they found it out that that the globe is a sphere
Okay, go ahead and tell me. How did they do this?
based off observation. I told you about it.
Okay, what did they observe?
They found it out by
How
the
did they
logical
find it
thinking
out?
that I said
No, 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 no. You're going
about
in
Burj
circles.
Khalifa and Study of
No, no, no,
Liberty.
no. They didn't go to the Burj Khalifa. The travelers over the
But
ocean didn't go to the Burj Khalifa.
I
We're
mean,
sticking to the
Burj Khalifa
topic.
didn't exist back then.
I know that. So we stick to the topic. Your question was they traveled the oceans and found out the earth was a globe. I'm asking how. If you know, tell me. If you don't, say I don't know.
Like I just told you because of
No, you didn't.
observations, man.
No, you did. Which one?
I did tell you.
Okay, you did tell me. What observation? Tell me. What observation did they do?
Burj Khalifa
What observation did the travelers over the ocean do that they noticed the earth was a globe? Go ahead. You didn't
Okay,
tell
so
me. Go ahead.
in scientifically, so the Europeans back then they managed to access ancient knowledge from the
What
Greek
was that?
philosophers,
What was the ancient knowledge?
like even before the age of exploration, Greeks already has found out that the Earth is a
No, no,
sphere.
no, no. I'm not worried about those guys. I'm not worried about those guys a long time ago before those guys, the age of exploration. I want to know how they discovered the earth was a globe, like you said when you first started telling me that the explorers, the European ones, when they sailed across the ocean, they knew the earth was a globe. How did they find this out? You're not telling me this.
because of observations.
Of what?
Okay, so let's say about lunar eclipses. Do you know that?
Is that what they observed when they were traveling the ocean?
No, this is
Okay
before
then,
they
okay
traveled to
then,
the ocean.
okay then, okay then. Tell me what they've observed traveling the ocean that they knew the earth was a globe. I'm not going to leave this point until you concede and say I don't know or you tell me that you know. Either one.
I mean, this not my saying. Like this is other people saying, you know,
okay, well then, why did you bring it up? Why'd you bring it up?
because it's what science say.
Yeah, well, what did they say? I'm asking you what they said. You're not telling me. I want to know where they found out, they discovered that the earth was a globe by the Europeans exploring over the oceans. What observations? What did they see?
Okay, like let's say about changing stars then.
No, we're not
Like
saying that. No, we're not. We're only going
this,
on what those. No,
we're talking about
no, no.
observational
I'm not
evidence.
going to let you go. Look, listen to me. I won't let you go from this point until you concede and say, I don't know how the European explorers
So
discovered traveling the ocean that the earth is a globe. And then when you do that,
so
then
you're
you can ask your other question or go to your other statement. I don't mind.
so you're basically just asking my opinion at this point.
No, sir. I'm holding you to an account that nobody's ever done. I'm challenging you. The challenge is If you can show me how in history someone that's ever proved the globe, then you can have it. But you haven't at the moment. You're running away from trying to tell me that the Europeans traveling the oceans knew that the earth was a globe. You can't prove it to me. You need to tell me that you don't know. And then we go to your point, your next point. I don't care what it is. But you have to admit, whenever you brought a point up to say they found out the earth was a globe and you can't prove it, you have to say, I don't know, sir. That's
And
logical.
in that case, then we just have a different logical
No, we don't.
thinking here.
We absolutely don't.
Yes,
No,
we
you're
have.
you're
Yes, we have.
refusing. You're refusing to admit that you don't know with your pride because you don't want to show that you don't have the information to show that the earth is a globe. Your pride is not allowing you to concede this point, and I don't know why. I don't know
Because
why.
because I'm not wrong.
You are wrong. Unless you can prove it to me right now, then I am wrong. When you prove it to me, I am wrong. There's only one outcome from here. Either you're right or I'm right. Only one outcome.
And that's just polarization at that point then.
Yeah, of course it is. That's called right and wrong. Either you're correct or I'm correct. But at the moment, it seems like I'm correct. You do not have the answer to how somebody's proven that the earth is a globe. I'm correct. You haven't proven it to me by the Europeans exploring the oceans, and you do not want to admit that you don't know. You do not want to admit this. It hurts your pride. So you're going to try to go to another topic, and I don't want to let you go until you say, I don't know. Then we can go to your other topic.
But the topic is still on observational evidence, and that's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, but it has to be about what you brought up, your claim. We don't finish the claim until you say you don't know or you know. Then we finish the claim, and then we go to another one. So all you have to do is say, I don't know. Simple.
I can't simply claim that is the right one because I have no status to say that is the right one. Because I'm not a scientist, man.
Right.
I'm literally just a 19-year-old. You're literally.
I know, but you're learning a lesson. Yeah, Bilby, you're learning a lesson in critical thinking right now. You have to be able to think for yourself. Now, if you say you know something and somebody wants to know how you know the thing, you have to be honest with them and say, hey, I know it, and here's the evidence or the information or whatever. But if you don't know something, say, I don't know.
Then
there's nothing wrong with that.
Let's get back to the first part then.
No, we're gonna go right back to the
about Burj Khalifa and the Statue of Liberty.
I'm sorry. No, we're not. The Europeans traveling the ocean right now, did they figure out that the earth was a globe, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and present the evidence of how they knew that. I'm not going to let you go from this point until you concede or you show me the evidence.
Bro.
Sorry, that's just the way it works.
There's literally a guy named Columbus. Do you know that one?
Yeah, what did he do?
He believed in that.
Yeah, I don't care about his beliefs. Show me the method where he proved that the earth was a globe.
I mean, he proved the earth is a globe when he discovered America.
No, he didn't. How does he know the earth was a curved surface from where he left from his harbor to where he landed? How did he know the earth was curving in between?
I don't know.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. That's it. There. That's good.
I'm not Columbus.
That's good.
I did not say that because I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know, Bilby.
I don't know.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear from you. All I wanted to hear is I don't know. So therefore, your point about bringing up how they traveled the ocean and figured out the earth was a globe is a big fat I don't know. Now you can go to your next point. Go to your next point.
My next point is that we have a different logical thinking here.
No, we don't.
We obviously have.
No, Bilby, logic is just logic. It doesn't like there's not two kinds. There's only one type of logic. That's it. So go ahead and prove to me that the earth is a globe in any other way, because we've moved on from the last point.
I mean, I don't even know what I want to present at this point.
Anything. The best you can to show that the earth is actually curving. Yeah, anything. I'll take anything. Doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Let's just so long as
What if?
I'll
What
put
if?
it, Bilby, just so long as you know what you're talking about. Okay. If you do, then you can
Okay.
talk
Oh,
about
okay.
it. You can.
This part, I know a lot about it. This part, I know a lot about it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
What if we are like a very big person, you know, like a giant, like just
Okay,
so
that
big, just as
no, we
big,
can't do that.
like
Sorry,
Galactus?
Bilby. That's not logical, sir. You
Well,
were just talking
this
about
is my
logic. This isn't
expertise,
logic.
bro. This is
Okay.
logic.
Okay. Are you a person like you say right now? Your example?
No, no,
Okay, then
but
let's use
I
an.
am a giant.
No, you're not. You're just a
No,
tall
I am.
person, a giant. Listen, dude. Just go from a place where you can describe something in the real world. Yes, do that.
Okay,
Don't go to Fantasyland.
like, but I'm asking like a very hypothetical question.
Yeah, but it has to be something that's practical. I don't mind if it's hypothetical. I don't care. But you have to
Yeah,
use an
so
example of something that's practical, not like imagine me as a space alien and I got, 10 arms and that's not going to work. You have to start something that's
that's
practical.
not alien. That's fucking.
I
That's
know,
just
but
like
that's not practical.
incest.
That's
Okay,
not practical. You have to start practical and we'll work from there. Give me something practical.
something more practical that even
Yes.
a 6-year-old can understand.
That sounds good. Start there.
Okay, so if the Earth is flat, then why are the
No.
oceans not spilling
No.
out?
No, bro. No. Not if the earth is flat.
Happened,
Right now, it seems like you ran out of globe proof. Is that what happened? Is that why you're saying the earth is flat? I
bro?
want globe I
Just
want Bill B, I want globe proof. You have to prove to me that the earth is a giant globe. Don't prove to me the earth is flat. I can do that. I
bro, at
want you
this
to prove
point,
to me that the earth is a globe.
I just say to you that I think our logic is like very different. Yeah,
It's not, dude. There's only one type of
it
logic.
is.
No.
No,
Listen, if you're either logical or you're illogical. There's only two ways. And it sounds like you want to be illogical to make your statement. And I won't let you because it's not logical. All right, so if you don't have any answer for any evidence of the earth being a globe, perhaps we can take another caller. That might help. You can listen to somebody else do the same thing that you are trying to do, trying to prove the earth as a globe and they can't. I'm telling you,
bro,
man,
like
How are
most
you?
people most people just believe that the earth is a globe. They've never been challenged. So I challenged you and it seems like it's hard, right? Now that I've challenged you?
Hey,
it's hard because we have a different logical thinking, and
No, we don't, bro. You want to make a belief something that's something in the physical world. You can't believe the earth as a globe into reality. It's either is or is not true that the earth is a globe. It's not in between. It could be a globe. No, it either is or is not a globe. Just that simple. All right.
okay,
We'll think about that for a while. I'm gonna see if Jason wants to talk about what image he brought in earlier. He had posted an image. You remember the
yeah, I've
image?
seen.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember the image.
All right. Go
Okay,
ahead
I
and
have
tell me
a
how that.
question for you. No, I'll
No,
explain it
no,
later.
you don't. No, sorry, no. There's no question for me.
Okay, then
You're
we're
gonna
not
have to.
talking.
You're
Okay,
gonna have to stand behind the image that you
I'm
posted.
okay. If I believe
I asked
Earth
you
is
first. I
flat,
asked you first. I asked you first. I asked you
you are the
first.
one. You are the one who is
Nope.
preaching.
Nope.
You, the burden of
Nope.
evidence is with
Nope.
you.
Nope. Nope. I asked you first. What about the image? Tell me
Okay,
how that shows the
I'll
Earth is a
explain
globe.
it. It says
Tell me.
that flat earthers like to demand
Yes,
photos
yes,
of
yes, yes,
aliens.
yes, yes. Flat earthers this,
Okay.
flat earthers that. Prove the evidence that you put in there, the image of the globe.
So
Prove the globe.
why did it triggered, bro?
Prove the globe. That image that you posted. Prove it.
Okay, you prove that it is flat. You prove me.
No, we're not going to do that. As many times as you're going to ask this, I'm going to deny you. I'm going to deny you, and I'm just going to go back to your image. Prove that the Earth is a globe. You're
Okay,
only
the Earth
making.
is not a globe. Okay, the Earth is not a globe. Okay, it's flat.
Why do
So
you
prove it.
say that? Why do you say that the Earth is not a globe? Tell me.
I don't know. You are the one.
No,
You are the one
tell me.
forcing me to say that.
No, I'm not forcing you. You can say whatever you like. You
Okay, the
either
Earth
have
is
the evidence.
a globe.
You can have the evidence that the
Wrong.
Earth is a globe, or do you not have the evidence?
Yeah, because the Earth is a globe because satellites have confirmed. We have visual
Yeah,
images
yeah.
from
So
ISS that shows Earth is a globe. The
yeah,
map
you're full of
confirms.
belief. You're full of
Yeah,
belief.
yeah.
Pick yeah,
I'm full
pick
of belief.
one. Yeah, pick one thing. Pick one thing,
Okay,
and
I'm
then
wrong.
show us.
I agree. Okay, I
Pick
admit I'm wrong.
one
You are right.
thing.
You tell me.
Yeah, pick one
I
thing, and then we'll talk about that one thing.
Okay, I admit I'm wrong. The Earth is not a globe, I think. Okay, now you prove me
Okay,
the
well
Earth is
then, well, no. We're gonna. There's a lot of people in the room. There's a lot of people in the room. We're gonna actually talk to other people. So you can laugh all you want, but put yourself on
You
mute.
can't actually tell me. Okay, I admit I was
Jason,
wrong.
didn't you
Earth is
take
not
the
a globe.
Yeah,
beating?
put yourself on
Look,
mute. If you
didn't
put
you get
yourself on
beat
mute,
up
then
bad
I'll
enough
talk to some other
yesterday?
people.
Dude, AB, dude, this dude,
Yeah, I know.
man,
He's
he
been there a
got
couple of days.
annihilated yesterday by me. You should never show your face in the server again, man. Like seriously, bro.
Whoa, that's
I think he's a young guy,
Christian,
but
man.
okay. So just Bilby, if you didn't know, this guy has been here a couple of times. All he does is get on here and he
Okay.
laughs. He doesn't want to make any proofs to anybody in
I
this room.
mean,
That's up to him.
I would like to laugh, but I don't want to consider. I don't want to be considered proof.
No, this is
Well,
nervous laughter he's doing.
yeah, he's nervous because we keep asking him. This is like his third day that he's in here. The first day that he showed up, he wasn't able to prove it. The second day was even worse, was yesterday, which Indio said that he destroyed him on some points. And this third day, he posted an image this morning, or at least maybe 30 minutes ago. And I'm asking him
What,
about this image. Hold on a second. I'm asking him about the image,
the
and he's
globe
not.
one?
Dude, just wait. I was asking him about the
Okay.
image, right? That he posted in the text chat. And he's not able to tell me anything about the image. And then he went and started asking me, oh, I need to tell him how the earth is flat. See, what's interesting is that he has a lot of confidence that the earth is a globe, but he can't prove it to anyone in here. And I'm allowing him to. And he denies that. He denies me, he denies the room. Why? If the earth is a globe in 2025, he should be able to tell me easy. Really easy. Which I will allow him to, just like I allowed you to. This is a problem, right? It's a problem for all the people who believe the earth is a globe. And then he starts to laugh and it's a joke to him. We don't need this. We need people that are serious. Serious people.
I mean, I'm serious, but like this is not a
Okay.
very serious topic, you know.
Well, that's fine. I don't care. It might sound that way. All of us, when we first started hearing about this, it was kind of funny to us. Okay? I'm not going to lie. But there's a point where you're going to have to say, okay, wait a minute. Do I have this evidence or do I not have the evidence? One of these two, right? Even if it is funny, because from your perspective, it sounds silly. But you have to think, if you guys had the evidence, you would present it. You would be able to present it. And then this conversation would be over. But that never happens. I've been here for 10 years. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
You can try. You can definitely try.
Like I said before, I think we have a very different logical thinking.
No, we do not. Either you're illogical and then you're saying that's logic, or you're using logic. There's not another definition of what logic. No. You're either illogical, or you're logical. There's only two. Logical, illogical. Which one? Sorry,
Well,
there's no two
wait, what about
logics. What about what?
look, Jason just prove another scientific logical thinking here.
Like what?
To an observer on the ground, an airplane at 36,000 feet will start going over Earth's curvature at a distance of 400 kilometers. However, we are also limited by atmospheric visibility. In an extremely base case scenario, we can only see up to 240 kilometers.
What are you reading?
Dude, I already smashed him on this ridiculous meme from flatearth.ws in the side chat. Who here in this chat made that argument that you're presenting? Nobody.
Is that something that what's his face posted, Jason?
Yeah, this Jason guy posted it at 18 minutes after the hour. It's like an argument that nobody here even made at all. He's just posting a random flatearth.ws image and imagining that someone here actually made that argument or something like right, that we are asking him to show us planes going over the horizon. It's just random.
That's a straw man argument.
It's just, yeah, it's very, very random behavior.
So, Jason, here's the thing,
It's-
man. I'm gonna unmute you, but if you can't listen, I want you to get serious this time. Stop your nervous laughter. Go ahead and try to present your best argument for the Earth being a globe, and you may proceed. Yo, hold on, Bilby. I'm trying to talk to this guy. So you may proceed, and dude, put yourself on mute,
I'm
Bilby.
sorry.
Put yourself on mute. Do that right now, please. I'm not gonna stop until you do. Put yourself on mute, or I'm gonna mute you. I don't want to. You're old enough to. Yeah, thank you. All right, Jason, it's up to you. I'm going to unmute you. You're going to present your evidence because you say we're afraid to debate you. We're not. You just act like a child when you're unmuted. All right. We need to have some level of decorum, and then you're presenting evidence that the Earth is a globe. So I'm going to do that, and you tell me verbally either that, or you're going to be text muted, and you won't be able to text in this channel. I don't want that either. Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to unmute you. Give me the evidence that you are going to present that the Earth is a globe.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What flat earthers say is that why can't we see a plane?
Stop. That's a straw man argument. It was pointed out to you by DJ. That's a straw man argument. Nobody in here is saying that. Nobody in here is saying that. Nobody is saying that. Repeat what I just said. Repeat what I just said. I'm going to unmute you to repeat what I just said. Nobody in here is saying that.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, start from a fresh premise because nobody's saying that.
We'll start from a fresh premise, okay?
Okay, now go.
Let's suppose I don't know what Earth looks like, and you say to me that Earth is flat. So could you please give me some could you please tell me how Earth looks like in according to you? Does it look like this?
No. Wait. Yeah, wait. No.
I just want to learn.
My perspective and your perspective of the Earth visually is the same. We're observing the same Earth. Hold on a second. We're observing the same Earth. So what I tell you is not something that you're going to take like what I'm saying and you're going to go, "Oh, I see something different." No, let's put it this way. I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
Everybody everywhere on Earth that's near a large body of water can see a flat, level horizon. This is an obvious truth. You cannot agree or disagree. This is just, you have to acknowledge what I'm saying. Everybody on Earth that's near a large body of water can look over that water and see a flat horizon. That's a true statement.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you acknowledge this?
Okay. Yeah, I do acknowledge because
Okay.
when we see the horizon, we don't see it on standing on the foot. We don't see it actually bending.
Right. So then look, you can even say it this way. I don't care if you think it's a globe, but you can say it this way. Even locally, it looks flat. Looks this way to me. It just looks this way.
Looks flat because
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So we're going to take it to the next step. That means if it looks flat, but you still think it's a globe, then in what way can we verify that it's a globe and not looking flat, but it's actually a globe? This is the next step. So I can prove it to you that it's flat. I want to see if you can prove it to me that it doesn't just look flat, but it's actually a globe. This is the next step. What are you going to present?
It looks flat, so I don't have any.
No. The next step is to prove your case. And now I want, okay, it looks flat, but you still think it's a globe. That's fine. What is the evidence that you can present that you can say, it looks flat, guys, but check it out. This is how it actually is a globe. What do you have to present?
Okay.
I'm giving you an opportunity right now. This opportunity, Jason,
Yeah.
you should take it because you can present
Okay, I
anything you
don't
like.
know. I don't have any evidence for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll believe in, like, I'll try to believe in flat Earth, but I do need some, like, evidences
Yeah,
from your
I'll say it
side.
this way, Jason. I don't want you to believe what we're saying. The major point that we always make in here is we're challenging people to do the research for themselves. Because when you do, it's not what I'm saying, it's what you can test. So, number one test that you can do that doesn't cost a lot of money, that you can, maybe take a trip to go to a large body of water, okay? Preferably
Mm.
one that has a a long beach that you can see for miles.
Salt Lake City, right?
No, I don't
Um,
know I don't know where you live. So whatever large body of water that you can get near. That's the only thing I'm asking you right now.
mhm.
If it's possible that you have a friend, you can do it this way. Either a long distance observation or get a friend that can go at a distance away from you. Somewhere preferably in the either 10 to 15-mile range.
Yeah, 12
And
miles after 12 miles.
okay. You can have your friend do a mirror flash test. Mirror flash over a distance proves the line of sight is unobstructed by the curvature of the earth. So we have a line of sight to the person holding the mirror, and when they angle the mirror at a certain angle, you can be talking to them on the phone. They could show that the light coming off of the mirror will strike your eyeballs at a certain distance at a certain angle. And that angle would be direct from you to them. It would make a straight line. So when it completes
Mm,
this mirror flash, it's showing that over the distance that there is no curve that's going to obstruct the view over that mirror flash because they're at the same elevation you are.
mhm.
So mirror flash is a
So,
good test. Hold on. That's just one. The next one could be a line of sight target to a ship going off into the horizon. Now you could see for a certain distance away a ship that goes away from you. Now, there's been reports that you could see a ship farther past the predictable distance that the curve should actually be there. I'll give you an example. There's a ship that should disappear at a 6 foot a 6 foot observer height at about 3 to 4 miles away. That's where the curvature of the Earth should start obstructing the bottom of that ship. We've have observations of ships far beyond that, in the 20 to 30-mile range, where a ship should have been obstructed
mm,
by the curve a long way. So a ship an observer using a ship as a line of sight test can also notice that a ship far exceeds the predictable curvature that should be there to obstruct the viewer. So watching a ship, number two. Number three, laser test over water. Now, I'm only briefly talking
mm,
about these topics, but hopefully people can post in the text chat these things that I'm saying.
mhm,
Um, Number three is laser test. Laser test over a body of water. Now, lasers, depending on what kind of laser, because it all
mhm.
depends. You can't just use like one of those little pen lasers, the ones you buy at the store, 99 cents. You can't use those. Those are
I
not
know.
strong enough to propagate over a large distance. So you would have to there are some universities that will loan out some of this equipment to do tests.
Mm,
Depends on who you know, but they can do this test with a powerful laser that goes over like 20 miles or more. And being that that's the case, you can shoot it across a body of water. Well, we're using water at all times because water doesn't have the type of land topography that will obstruct the viewer, right? So
mm,
without that, water is a good example of something you can use to measure, put a laser across it, and find out that you do not only have line of sight, but you have an actual a point of origin from the target, point of origin of the observer to the target. So that means that you have point A, which is where the observer is with his laser,
mm.
and then you have point B where the target is, where they're going to shoot the laser on, and that
Yeah, the
the
one
beam.
videos you sent me yesterday, same
I'm
experiment like
not
that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you've seen, right? I'm not sure, but it might
Laser
have been.
experiment.
Which one?
The greatest experiment, laser one. You sent me a YouTube video yesterday
Oh,
of,
I didn't send
I
it to
don't
you.
know.
It
Yeah,
Somebody
was me,
somebody
must.
sent
dude.
me, yeah.
It was
So
me,
they
Yeah,
idiot.
sent me a video of
it was
laser.
probably Indio. Yeah, it's probably
Uh,
Indio.
yeah,
Um,
so it was being projected from a distance, and the screen was, I guess, 15 miles away, and the laser was projecting, uh,
40
like
kilometers.
not projecting where it should if the Earth was curved.
Yeah. There's. I mean, you could look up over the material. There's a lot of stuff, and I think DJ has one with the what is it, the 180 some PDF, that the document that you have with one of those.
No, that's the one
It's
Indio
not Lake
shared
Balaton,
yesterday.
right?
That's the
Not Lake
Ethic
Balaton.
Core one.
Balaton and the other one at Isomere.
Thanks,
Isomere.
DJ, for
So
sending
it's
that.
got both of them in there. That's
Yeah.
probably why he's confused. He probably read the first two. It's the other 5 that are really the B's and E's, I guess.
What shouldn't happen though, Jason? What should not happen
Mhm.
is that laser
Yeah,
reaching is what?
I agree. It
Did you
should
say
not
something?
happen.
Yeah. By all accounts, right? This laser should not
Mhm.
strike its target, and I don't care. Okay, so it does have a sort of spread over a distance. That much we do know because of the powerful that laser that they're using, but not by much. It should spread to a certain amount, but if it hits its target, that's going to be the damning evidence against the Earth being a curved surface, which at excuse me, over the distance, it should be calculable that the curve would obstruct the laser beam because of the height that it's above the ground. Because you have to take into consideration, right, how big the Earth is as a globe. When you start figuring out the metrics
Yeah.
of the Earth being a globe, and then you apply that to geometry as far as like what should be seen over the distance, there's they come up with the 8-inch per mile squared parabola, and so they're saying that the curvature of the Earth. This is what the mainstream is saying, and I'm not saying you are. You probably agreed with it for most of your life. You've been told it's a globe, right? So what they're saying is that the Earth being a globe would have this rotundity to it. So if you're going to be doing anything like laser tests, mirror flashes, line of sight, anything that you use, it's going to show obstruction at a specific distance away from the observer. So if you're at the beach looking across the surface, that curvature would be obstructing your view. It would be, because that's what they say that is obstructing your view when the ship disappears from the bottom up. So that means that the curve is not too big that you can't see it, or see if its effects of the curve are affecting anything. What's happening is the curvature of the Earth is affecting things like the ship disappearing from the bottom up. So we have a situation here. Either the curvature of the Earth is obstructing things and can be measured to, or the Earth curve is not obstructing things and it can't be measured. There's 2 options.
Okay.
So
So
this is what we're testing for right now. That's why I'm
yeah,
giving you these tests.
I'll see all the resources that DJ has sent in the chat. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
That is okay. Let's like uh, it is that uh. So what shape of Earth do you have in mind? Like, if is it entirely flat, like a paper, or what?
I get what you're saying. I know the question very well. Here's what
I'm just
here's what we're
curious.
telling you.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
calling you, so
I
yeah,
know
I'm
you're
just
not, and
curious.
I hear the honesty coming through. Okay, so just allow me to respond in likeness. Okay.
Okay.
So the Earth, the known territory, the known world, is a horizontal plane. The known world. The unknown is, it could be anything, right? So let's put it this way: if we were on top of a giant floating whatever, we wouldn't know that. All we know is the known territory. Can you follow me when I say this?
Yeah.
So the known territory is what we observe as a horizontal plane. Now that being said, the unknown, like if there was more to this place, more to the realm, we wouldn't have the information for this. Like let's say if the Earth was a giant object, we wouldn't know this. The only thing we can know is the surface condition. The surface condition is such that it is a horizontal plane. Now, outside of this, it could be something else, right? But our minds are not thinking that, because okay, a lot of people would like an answer to the shape of the thing we're on. That means the entire thing. We don't have that answer. We do not have this answer.
Okay.
I was very
Uh,
clear, and I'm telling you the truth. Like this is not like a subject of what shape is the whole thing that we're on. There's not an answer for this. What we
uh,
can tell you is the known territory everywhere people have been is a horizontal plane
okay.
everywhere.
Do you remember there was an incident? I'm not sure if that was correct. There was a flight that departed and got lost for years. I'm not sure if that is true, or I
The
just
Malaysian
like,
flight.
yeah.
Still lost.
So can that be a reason for this?
No, no, that has okay. No, it happened over the known territory. The known
Okay.
territories everywhere
Kind
that
of.
plane was the plane was traveling over known places. That's the because when I say known, I mean that everywhere people have traveled. So the distance
Mm,
from that plane that you said disappeared was in between two places that are known.
mm,
So we're
okay.
talking about outside of the already traveled places. Outside of that, like we wouldn't know. And I mean, I could give your mind something to think about, but if there's any region on this land that we haven't been able to say for sure what it looks like.
Okay. So you are saying the known region is like a flat uh,
Yeah,
paper-like, but unknowns you are not sure about
yeah,
like
that's
how.
correct. Yes, that's correct. That's
So I have.
exactly what we're saying.
Yeah, I understand you. So let's assume the unknown Earth is flat, right? The known Earth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so how would you explain uh, Antarctica? Like we can go from south of Africa to Antarctica, and if we travel straight, you can come back to Asia. So how do you justify that on a flat plane
Yeah.
of known world?
What are you talking about? A flight or a boat trip?
No,
What
no, no.
form of?
I'm just saying, like, I understand you're saying that the known Earth is like a flat plane. We don't know about the
Mhm.
unknown world. Okay. This. So my question is, how do you like
No,
comprehend
nobody ever did
Antarctica?
that. Nobody ever did
No.
what you just
Let,
suggested.
first, let me finish. Okay, if we go south of South Africa, okay, travel straight down from South Africa to Antarctica, right? Okay, and then we move straight, and then we'll when we will end up in Asia.
Yeah,
So on
I get what
on a
you're
flat
saying.
on a flat map, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to
I
get
do
what
get
you
what
are.
I
So
get what
on a
you're
flat
saying. This
map,
question,
on a
yeah,
flat
I
map,
know
how
what
do
you're
you
saying.
comprehend that?
How do you comprehend that flight? Okay, I know what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to agree with DJ on this one. Okay,
Mm,
this question actually was brought up to us, and there's actual practical reasons why they don't make this flight. And what our argument can come from a more practical reasoning behind why this flight cannot happen. And we're not just
mm,
saying this flight doesn't happen. We're saying it cannot happen because of restrictions that these flights have. Now, the restrictions would be that they have to be able to be able to land somewhere that's safe for people, and traveling over those areas are not somewhere safe that they could land, like even for the globe. So in both
mm,
cases, the idea that they cannot travel over this region would still remain. The idea that you think they can travel over these regions is not found anywhere. The reasons that we hear that, because we had this kind of debate like back in this was back in 2016, 2017, when they were saying that this flight can happen. So we looked into this, right? The pilots that would travel over this region
mm,
would all say that it's not safe for traveling over, because they're not somewhere they could land the plane in case of an emergency. And this is the pilot's top priority is safety. They have to make sure the passengers are safe, that if something does occur, they're able to put the plane into a place where they can land safely for the passengers. So they don't travel over these areas because of safety regulations. Not because the
mm.
earth is a globe or flat, because they can't travel over these regions based on safety. So I hear what you're saying. I know what you mean. And if you could do this flight, it would prove something. But nobody makes these flights.
Can I add something? Okay.
Yeah.
If you go from South Africa to, if you have to take a flight from South Africa to Australia, like for New Zealand, let's not Australia, let's suppose New Zealand. So do you know what is the route of the airplane? Okay, it
No,
travels from South Africa to Antarctica, and then it goes to New Zealand. So that flight has been done actually.
well, if it's over you said New Zealand?
Okay, yeah, if the flight is from, there are flights that go from South Africa to New Zealand, and the path that they take is Antarctica. So a flight takes off from South Africa, goes to Antarctica, and then to New Zealand. It does not land in Antarctica, but it flies over Antarctica.
Yeah,
Not
but
true.
So how do you comprehend a flat Earth map?
That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. There is no flight that does that.
I'll show you. Wait, I'll try to find it. I'm not claiming anything.
well,
But
let's
I'll
see.
try
Let's
to
see the
find.
evidence of what. Go ahead and present what you have.
No, I'll try to find. See, I'm saying I'm not sure, but just saying, how do you comprehend if that's true? How do you comprehend
Well, he's saying it
Antarctica
doesn't
is not
happen.
flat?
So the challenge to you right now is that it doesn't happen. You're going to have to find a way to prove that it did happen or it does
Yeah, I'm
happen.
trying to
Okay.
as I
So
said earlier.
this was hold on, Jason. This was a claim that you're making that's not
No, I'm not
substantiated
making
by
a claim.
anything you're
So
bringing up.
please
Yeah, it is a claim.
don't put words in
It,
my mouth. I said I'll try to find. I'm not
why did you
sure of
make
it.
this claim though? Why did you make the claim? I don't understand. Why would you say something
What
that you
claim did I
can't back
make?
up?
What
That
claim
the
did I make?
flight happens the places you say that it happens. You say the flight this
Yeah.
flight is
I'm finding.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why would you make this claim if you're looking for it right now?
Yeah, because
All right.
I read it somewhere.
Okay.
I'll just
So get the
But
information.
why wouldn't you have it in front of you? Why you telling us about it? Or else
Yeah,
it's
you should get the
eligible.
listen. In other words, what everybody wants you to do is get the information ready and then present it. Don't say a claim that you don't have in front of you. Have
but I
something in
did
front of you.
Mr. I did tell you that I might not be able to find, so I was not actually, I could be wrong. I was just asking you, how do you comprehend
I mean,
Antarctica in
like,
your
I think,
flat
like,
Earth map?
whoever, like, telling you this stuff or DMing you this stuff, I think you need to just start telling them to present the evidence before you come in here and say it. Because I think what a lot of you guys do is you guys pretty much talk to one another in these
Why
other
are you
rooms,
stereotyping me? Why are
and
you
then you guys
stereotyping
come
me?
in here and make claims, and then you guys
I'm not
don't have
talking to
Yeah.
you,
nothing
I'm
to
talking
back
to
it
that
up.
person. Only one
Yeah,
person
it's
that was talking to
but
me.
Jason, this is a lesson. This is a teachable lesson for you. It's a teachable lesson. So the panel wants to chime in on the teachable lesson. They want to show you that you can't just say something, not have the information in your hands. You have to have it in your
Uh,
hands if you're going to present it.
okay,
It's a
I
teachable
don't
moment.
have evidence right now. I'll try and find it and share it in the chat
That's
someday.
fine. Hey, listen, that's fine. So long as you make a claim, you have to have it in your hands. You can't make this claim and then not have the information ready. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. I was asking you, how do you comprehend Antarctica and flat Earth map?
But does it need to
Like,
be comprehended? Okay, number one, it doesn't need to be comprehended. The Antarctica is a landmass, yeah? We all know this. So it's a place you can go to. Now,
mm,
whether or not it looks like the way the map is projecting, we do not know. The map is showing one way that Antarctica looks like. Yes? We all know this.
mm, yeah.
But the verification of how it actually looks, nobody can give that information. The only thing you know is what the map is projecting. The map projects a visualization of the entirety of Antarctica. But if I was to ask
Mm,
you, how do they know, whoever gave this projection, how do they know this is what Antarctica looks like? What would your response be for that? How did they figure it out that this is what Antarctica looks like? What would you say?
I'm not sure.
Right, that's important, right? The important thing
Yeah.
is you have to figure out how do they know what Antarctica looks like, because your question that you're asking us is about Antarctica. So how would we know if somebody else gave us information about a map projection about what Antarctica looks like? They're giving us this
Okay.
information. This is what Antarctica looks like. And we're like, well, how did you get the information? We're questioning you guys.
Yeah. Okay, I was just exploring that laser experiment, and it was it was disproving Earth's curvature. So if this is such a big discovery, why is not everyone talking about it? Because
We are flat Earth
no,
from the
we are
time.
talking about, but why
Let
is
me tell
not
you like this.
universities talking
Well,
about
let me
it and
hold on. Let me tell you
researchers
like this,
doing
dude.
research?
Yeah, you're wanting to know why more people aren't discussing this. It's simple.
Yeah.
People have a strong belief in the Earth being a globe, so they outwardly dismiss it, outright of hand. Let's say I was approaching an academic, because we have approached many PhDs, many astrophysicists. We talk to these guys. The thing that happens when we talk to them is that they're teaching a certain type of curriculum. Their curriculum doesn't include flat Earth. So when we're talking about this, it's not something that they're getting paid to do. It's not something that they need to look into, because there's already a considerably amount of information of what they call settled science, right? In quotations. They call this settled science. So they're not going to entertain a discussion about flat Earth, because they have already, they will say that ever since, people can investigate what the Earth is, we know it's a globe. They're not going to give flat Earth the time of day in academia because of this. There's already it's an established truth in the academic realm, so you can't challenge it, even though that's not what science says. Because science usually, like the way they describe it, you can challenge anything you want. That's not true. That is not true, because we've tested this claim that you can challenge, like what you're asking right now. It's valid, right? It's valid. But what we're coming up against is people that are outwardly denying the fact that there is a difference between a belief in something like the globe and actually knowing it's a globe. There's a difference. So
So
it's not your fault, right? It's not your fault or anybody else's that I grew up knowing that the Earth was a globe. Like in my head, I thought it was. I was convinced because I didn't have to look into it, Jason. Neither do you, nor do you. So let's say you can leave this chat forever, never think about flat Earth, and you'll be fine. Like you're thinking that the Earth is a globe, because you don't have to look into it. It's not a part of your day-to-day life. Your day-to-day life doesn't consist of trying to figure out whether the Earth is flat or globe. It's kind of a fun thing for you right now, but okay. So the information that they're telling you is that you can't know that it's an actual globe because you're too close to the surface. It looks locally flat, but your perception of the Earth is such that you can't see it because you're just like an ant on a beach ball. So they tell you these things and you accept them because you're not a scientist or somebody who can, have the means to explore this. So you defend the idea that the Earth is a globe based on that. It's not your fault. You defend it out of just like you don't want somebody to challenge this. And so this is what I'm telling you. This is why, the reason, I put it this way, the reason why you've been coming into this room curious about it is because there's something in your mind that you think that we're saying that could be true. Not saying that you believe us or anything, but you, in your head, you're like, I don't know, man. I've challenged it and it's like, I can't find something that would debunk them. A lot of people in here have already tried that. But the system, it doesn't matter what country either. What the system is, it's going to teach people a belief system without being challenged. You cannot challenge this system. I'll give you an example. You can go out to your friends or whatever, and you could ask them the question, hey, what do you guys think if the Earth was flat? I'm going to ask a question. What do you guys think about this? The moment you say this, they're going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the reaction of your friends, not even academia, just your friends. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to say you're stupid and we're going back to the Stone Age and all kinds of stuff. But that prevents people from actually investigating. That right there, what I just told you, that's going to prevent them. That's why, Dude, this has been out for like 10 years already, like straight out on the internet, on social media and everything. People have been talking about it. Everyone knows that flat earth is a discussion, but they reject it based on like not being able to investigate it. Just like you. You can investigate if the earth is a globe. You cannot. Can do this.
Okay, I have another question for you. Uh, we humans, we follow patterns, right?
Huh?
So visually, we can see moon is a sphere, is a globe. Sun is a globe. So and other like Saturn, we have spotted Saturn with, and other Jupiter with telescope. We can clearly see they are globes. So why are we like
Yeah,
why
why are
are
we
we
debating
saying that
this? Why is this a thing?
not only?
Okay.
No, let me finish,
Yeah,
please. I was quiet when you were speaking, please. Uh, okay, so when all other planets and stars that we can visually see are globe, why are we discriminating Earth? And why are we not uh, taking reference from them? Like,
they're
why
not
are we
what
discriminating Earth?
they're not what you think they are. Let's put it that way.
Explain me
You
that.
say that
Elaborate.
you don't okay. The moon definitely looks like it has features that could show that it's kind of like spherical. It does look that way to the human eye. But what I'm asking though is a knowledge claim about if it is one or not is not able to be made on from the earth to the moon. So when you look at the moon, you can say it looks like something you think it is. The next step is how do you know it's that thing that you think it is? What would you have to do
I
to
can
make a
see it with
knowledge
my
claim?
eyes.
I know, but observation is only the first step, my friend. Observation is not the end.
If we, that is a clear observation. Like we can't deny
Yeah.
moon is not a globe. It
No,
is
no, no,
at
no. What
least
I'm
not a
telling you,
circle.
no. What I'm telling you is you can say that, right? Because it looks like what you think it is. It's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from you or me. It's what it looks like. But if you want to test to see if it actually is what you're saying it is, what would you have to do?
Mm, could you say that again, please?
If you wanted to test the Earth, the moon, to be what you think
Mm,
it is, you think it's a globe, what would you have to
mm.
do?
We would have to travel to it and
Thank you.
see the other side.
That's right. You'd have to go investigate, right? You'd have to make your
Yeah.
own trip there and check it out and look at it from different angles. And yeah, you said it correctly.
Yeah, but
Otherwise,
visually
otherwise,
it is a circle, right? Even if
yeah,
we say it's
yes,
not a
yes.
globe,
No,
it's
no,
not.
no. Okay, no. Listen, man. What I'm saying is exactly what you're saying. It looks like something. It looks like a globe. It looks like it's got features. All these things. Not wrong to say that. I don't care if you who you are in this room right now. When you look at the
Mm,
moon, this is what it looks like. What it
mm,
is though, what it actually is unknown because you can't verify what it you could say anything about it, right? It doesn't matter to me. What matters is how you know it's the thing you say it is. Because
mm,
observation is one step, right? It's one step. But you know that observation is always the first step. You see something, you say it looks like a globe, it looks like it's got features, but you can't conclusively determine it is until you investigate or be able to validate. That's what
mm.
exactly it is.
Okay. Okay. My next question is that why do you think we have been brainwashed this way? Like, who was the beneficiary of like was it a conspiracy or what?
Yeah.
Why
Well,
is yeah?
it has its beginnings in like esoteric teachings. Esoteric by like religious beginnings. So I don't know if you know who Pythagorean is, right? Pythagoras?
Uh, yeah, I know Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah, he's the one who invented that spheres are the most perfect shape in the universe. A sphere.
Yeah.
So all things that appear in the world would take this form because that's the most perfect, and it comes with this whole cultish idea. So it had its beginnings of why people would even make these claims, right? And then of course, like you and I say, they're looking at the moon and the sun. They're going to start to think that what they're saying is true because it sounds like it's a good way of logical thinking, some good logical process.
Yeah.
But even having this is just assuming, and it's not knowing, right? But it had its roots in that, and so
Mm.
you got individuals that were going to cement this idea by Eratosthenes. You get Aristotle looking at the lunar eclipse, and a lot of things that would insinuate the idea that the Earth is something that they're making a claim to what it is.
But
So
that was
they don't.
ancient times, right? So we
Yes,
have
yes,
like if we have a big discovery like that laser experiment. So we are not talking about ancient time. They might be wrong. Pythagoras
they were
might
wrong.
be wrong. Yeah, so they could be
Right.
wrong. They might be wrong. But my question is like if it is really a big thing and it's true, why people why bodies like NASA and all big institutions, why don't they research on this? Like why are
Because
the why, because they are the ones who believes on facts and figures. We live in a
yes,
we live in a century that is the age of knowledge and scientific era.
yep,
So, and also
that's
please
true.
somebody in the panel share an image of how do you comprehend the known world, the map. How do you comprehend that, the map of the
That's not
known world? I'm
that's
not
not
talking
able
about
to
the
be.
unknown.
Yeah, I know. That's not able to be given, and I'll give you the great reason why.
Mm,
Cartography is not an exact science. It is not in some way we're going to be able to detail what something looks like. It's an estimation of what they think continents are. A map projection is all it's giving you is
mm,
the idea of what it was used for. Like in many aspects, the Mercator map was used for navigation over the oceans, so it was useful for that specific thing. But the Mercator map still had like a worldview that was supplanted on it that was not known as far as like the distances to the land masses, the orientation. It was giving people an idea of what they were looking at when they traveled from point A to point B. So to give you or anyone else here an idea of what the Earth looks like as a flat Earth is not
mm.
it's not a
No,
possibility, and the
I'm not
reasons
saying
being.
to give you me the exact and the very correct map. I know that it's not possible. Just how flat earthers comprehend the known world.
A horizontal plane. So I get what you mean, but it's a, so
I'll share an image. Is that how you comprehend? Uh,
what image?
I shared that earlier as well. Is that how people comprehend the flat Earth concept?
Live stream Earth from
No,
space.
the I have sent another image.
Okay, the one underneath that.
Yeah, the image. Can you see
Square,
the
the
image?
Hebrew square Earth.
Oh
I'm
Earth.
just asking
no,
you.
no, no,
Okay,
no. Most of these memes and things that you see, these are
is that
just
a
like
meme?
I'd say.
I saw it on Google
No,
Maps. So
man. Listen,
Google Images.
it doesn't. Okay, when you search for information about flat Earth, what you're gonna get is a lot of social media coming up and saying what they think flat Earth is. You're gonna get the pizza disc in space. You're gonna get this thing and many others. So
Mm-hmm.
24/7 flat Earth, and when you come in here, we've been the leading edge of the conversation. Everybody else is falling behind. They're not up
Mm-hmm.
to date with all the information. So you're at the very top of the flat Earth food chain in here. There isn't anything more that you wouldn't be able to ask us that we'd be able to tell you. Research has been done by all the individuals that are a part of this group many times over. So we know the information on what to give you and how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what I'm telling you is that there is not a flat Earth map based on what I'm saying. The research collaboratively been done from all the people in this room. We check each other, right? So let's say a person from our group says, "Hey, we found the flat Earth map," or whatever, or whatever. I know they wouldn't say that, but if they do, they'll present it. We'll look at it. We'll review the information. We make sure that it's some way we can test this information to be true. And if it's not been able to be validated, we don't put it into what we say. So if you hear us saying that there is something that we can present to you and here it is, then you better be sure that you can test and verify its authenticity. Now, if it's not something we're presenting, then you can rest assured there is nothing out there that people have been presenting for flat Earth. Now, there's ideas. There was Antonio Subrats was posting what he thinks the Earth looks like. Mark Sargent had his own version of what the Earth looks like. Many of these flat Earth proponents were putting out what they think the Earth looks like and orientation that would satisfy like the sun's movements and whatever.
Can I
But
ask you
there
one more
hasn't.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, if the Earth is suppose the Earth is perfectly not a perfect globe, right? Let's suppose.
Okay.
Can that be a reason that the laser was pointing very below where it should have been pointing?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it would be reasonable for you to ask that question. But on the other hand, the Earth would not be conforming to the specific size that they say it is. Now, that's important, right? Because if there was some other factor that we didn't include in our test, then we would have already known that by way of understanding like the question that you just made. What if the Earth is some other kind of form? Perhaps there's flat spots. And there's, if we would have known that already, that would have been something we would have included in our test. We would have said, hey, when you go do your test in, I don't know, Pakistan, make sure that you're going to do it to where you're adjusting for this specific deviation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying that we
What
are
are
not
you talking
sure.
Jason, can I interject for a second?
What?
I'm sorry
Yeah.
for interrupting you.
Joseph?
What we look in the sky isn't equivalent to what standing on. That's objective.
Yeah.
Because if you look up and you see a light, it's not the solid ground. Because all lights, when seen from very far away, will look spherical. Because light has a radius.
He was asking a different question, I think. It was a question about
I was answering to something he said in the chat.
Oh, earlier in the chat, on the chat. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, continue. Don't worry.
So I think he was just going on about the land. So the land, yeah, that has not been something that has been able to be understood from a vantage point. Okay, so the live stream that you posted too, the one earlier, was it ISS or whatever? So the Earth that they're portraying there, what specific map does that equate to that you can tell? Because the Earth from that view should give you at least what projection you should look at, right? Which map projection is closest to the one that the ISS is showing you? And I'm saying do this research for yourself. You don't have to do it right now, but when you go away and you do the research, try to find out what map projection the Earth that they're showing you from the ISS actually resembles, which is the one that it's closer to. That's kind of like homework for you, so you can realize if you're going to be talking about this topic, which map you'd actually be referring to versus another one. Because there's hundreds of maps, as you may or may not know. You look up in Google.
Okay. Mister, there's a guy in the chat, Tactical Droid. So I guess we are having a mature and serious conversation, and he's actually trying to troll. So I'm not sure why he's doing that.
Well,
Throughout
listen,
this
there's
conversation, I
been
have been
some.
serious and have been like I've acted like a serious questioner, student trying to learn. But
Okay,
I
well, at
do
least
get
we.
offended by people who.
All right. Well, let's do it this way. Or let's just reset. All right. So if there was some trolling things that you were doing earlier, because a lot of people have seen you a couple of days in here, they're taking a look at your demeanor based on the length of time you've been here. So you're saying you want to start fresh. You want to take a fresh look at this. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. But however, the chat might still feel like they've seen you from another day where you were trolling. So you have to give them at least that much. If someone's gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, then you're gonna have to give them a reason to do that and not engage in say, look, I came in, I was trolling, but I don't want to troll right now.
I do. Yesterday I was talking to Indio, so if he does that, I'll be okay because I did troll him yesterday. But there's
Okay.
some other guy who's just trolling me because I made a logic in the chat. So okay,
All right. Well,
let's forget this and let's come back to discussion because I'm not going to go into that. Okay, Joseph, you were trying to say something. Could you please say that? Like you were trying to explain me something.
he's asking you, Joseph. He might not be able to come to his mic.
Okay, okay.
All right.
So
No,
He's
I
trying to
was
get to his
just
mic.
making a point that you're making a false equivalency. You can't just say that because we look up and we see spheres, then the ground is a sphere. That's simply logical. You have to prove that first, even if those things are spheres.
Yep.
Because if I take your same reasoning, I can say we have people here, we have life here, but we don't see life up there in the sky. So what then? It's a false equivalency. That's all.
yeah,
He just made a point. That's all. Making
yeah.
a point.
Okay. So my only my uh, last one of the last uh things that make me not be like I just want like even if I believe a flat earth, okay, and somebody
Yeah.
I tell my friends that earth is flat, so what they would ask me to try to like they would ask me how I imagine earth as, so they
Mm-hmm.
might ask me to draw a map or give me a map of how I comprehend as a flat earth as the known
Yeah.
earth. So as long as I don't see that like thing, it would be difficult for me to actually believe. I am very thankful for you of being so polite and giving me a chance to do this serious
Of course. Of
discussion.
course. Yeah. Of
I'll
course.
I'll read all the things that JD has sent me. I'm not sure if JD is in the uh,
He's on the
chat or
call right
not.
now. No, he's
Yeah,
not on the
so
call.
he's in the call, I guess. Okay, he sent me some resources. I'll see them, and also like I have my own questions, so I'll also try to research on them.
Thank
Until
you.
then, I'll just like I'll I'll try to find how to
All right,
comprehend flat Earth.
Jason. Listen, man. I appreciate the change of demeanor. It's well appreciated by the group as well. What we don't
Yeah,
have is
I
people.
apologize for being
What we
like for laughing earlier. I apologize
it's
to
all
all of you.
good, man. I'll tell you like this. All right, I'll be honest with you, man. Everybody's had a different reaction when they first heard this, and a lot of people were trolling flat Earth before they actually started to become flat earthers in this chat.
Mhm.
I'm telling you that this is the honest truth, man, because it sounds like very stupid. It
Yeah,
sounds ridiculous. It doesn't sound like logical at all. So I
yeah,
agree with you. But the only thing I would say, if you're going to take it to the next level, please, please, please do your research. Don't.
yeah.
I know,
I'll do.
dude. I know you want to ask us a lot of questions, but the more research you do, the better
Yeah.
you're going to formulate those questions so we can
Mhm.
answer more specific to what you research you've done. Let's say you, for instance, right, you do research on like on flights, on maps, on whatever it is you want on Antarctica. It doesn't matter. When you do your research on that and you start finding information out, you can come in here and then we can talk about it. Like you said, hey, I made my research on flights. There's this map that they're showing that the flat Earth, the way it works, and then there's a map they're showing how the globe works. And then we can talk about spherical coordinate systems. We can talk about the reasoning
Yeah.
behind why people think. Like, just once you do your research, you come in and it's a more robust conversation
Yeah,
versus
because I'll add one more thing. Like day before yesterday, I was completely unaware of this concept. So I had a friend,
Mhm,
and he told me that there are people who believe flat Earth. So I never
right.
knew this concept uh,
Yeah,
2 days
yeah,
ago. And
yeah.
secondly, I also think that I'm a Muslim, right? So in our religion, there have been some uh, some uh, some stories, narrations that do suggest that there are some hidden parts of the world that no human has ever been to.
Hmm.
For example, and I used to wonder how could that be when we have all the globe in our sight.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that could be that might be true, that we might have unknown places in the earth
So
which human.
what I said earlier to you made sense to you because of this. Like it did make sense to you because you thought about back in the time when someone said this. I mean,
Because
it could have been one of your it could have been one of your imams or where you go to place of worship, but you heard it, it made sense. So this could be the case. I mean, at least it gave you a chance to think about it. Because if
okay,
you didn't
so
have that in your head,
in my
you wouldn't
religion,
think about it.
there's a story of Gog Magog. Okay, not only I believe it, all Christians, Jews, we Abrahamic religions believe in Gog Magog. So it was a story that a prophet of God uh, caged a group of people on this earth in between two mountains. And according to all the Abrahamic religions, those people are still in this earth and they'll come out one day. So I used to wonder, why can't we see those mountains with satellites?
Mm-hmm. Well,
You
yeah. Maybe the Earth isn't what we've been told, Jason. And this is why people are investigating this. Like, I know what you were saying earlier about why can't we approach academia, but there's problems
Mhm.
with that because academia will not take any of this information seriously, not even to look at it. The mention of flat Earth, it turns everything off in their brain as if we're speaking something very silly and not serious. So it's hard to
can
have a conversation.
can I add one thing? Like
Yeah.
when I was new to this concept, even though I don't believe it right now, but I do respect your opinion. I'll research on it more. But when I was
Mhm.
new to this concept, when somebody told me Earth was flat, so do you know why I thought it's stupid? Because I thought what would be on the other side of the flat
Yeah.
disk. This
Yeah.
is one of,
My,
and I used to wonder the corners. How would the corners be if let's suppose Earth is a flat disk? How would the shift
yeah.
in the curvature of the corner? So there must be a curvature at the corner, or
Yeah.
there could be rectangle like 90-degree perpendicular. Let's assume we have a cuboid,
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you a
a
little story
flat.
real quick, man. So I told my friend, my very good friend that I know in real life, here where I live. I told him the moment like 10 years ago, I told him about flat Earth. I was like, dude, the Earth is flat, and I sent him an image of the AE map because that's when I first started to learn about this. I don't think that way now, but I sent it to him, and the first thing that he sent me back in a response, he
What
circled
was
on
that
the edge,
image?
huh?
What was that image?
The AE map, azimuthal
Uh,
equidistant projection.
I'll see that. I don't know about that map.
You
AE
just
map.
yeah, the azimuthal equidistant projection
Yeah,
map.
yeah,
So
yeah,
AE.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
I
it's
sent him
on my screen. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent him this, right, as an image, and he circled
Mm,
the edge of it, and he says, and he put it in like like when you write with a, like the marker app, he put it on a marker on, and he pointed an arrow at the end, and he said, "Where's the edge?" That's the first thing he told me when I sent him that image. Where's the edge?
yeah,
That
and
was his
also
first
where is
question to me.
Antarctica? Like if we
Well, yeah, I
if we
mean,
assume, yeah, where is Antarctica, or otherwise where is Greenland if we put Antarctica in between?
well, that okay. So what I'm saying is the first response that people usually get is a reaction to like, well, how is it that you say the Earth is flat if we know the Earth has the way that it looks on with the maps and all that? So the first thing that a
Mm,
mind goes to when you talk, like you said, your friends, you make this question to your friends, they're gonna be looking at you like, do you have a map or something I can look at? So that's the first
mm,
thing that when people want to learn, they want to see something visual. They want you to
yeah,
present to them something they can see because that's what the globe Earth offers them something they
yeah,
can look at. They can look at a globe.
yeah.
You get it?
So
That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
they have that idea.
and I do respect your opinions on this, and we
Mm,
should the very opinion that I respect of you all is that we should verify everything that we are told. Okay, can I ask you one last question? I'll leave and I'll give others chance.
okay.
Uh, let's like, how do you know that if we measure distance of Antarctica, I'm just saying Antarctica again and again because we can also say Greenland, but Antarctica. Do you know? Uh, we can go from like. Do you know that distance from South Africa to Antarctica, South America to Antarctica, from Australia to Antarctica, they are quite similar, right? So Antarctica is reachable from all of these three places that are quite far away from with a very similar distance, right?
Yeah, you need to
You
when
understand what
you
I'm saying? I'll
yeah,
reframe
I
it a
know
few
what you
more.
mean. I know what you mean, but okay, so when you do your research on this is important, right? Because you're bringing it up as your last question. It's important when you make your research on this, research the flights that actually travel there, or if it's travels restricted based on safety regulations. You need to look into this because it's so important that because you're asking this last question. You need to make your research on this. You have to. When you come back next time, hopefully, you will make your research on this and find out what flights actually travel this way, and you can then approach us with information that we can talk about. How about that?
There had been one flight recently that was from South America to Antarctica by a young lad. He was flying his Cessna 172, and he was actually arrested when he landed in Antarctica. So one flight is there that proves we can go from South America, from Argentina to Antarctica. I find two more flights, one from South Africa to Antarctica and one from Australia to Antarctica, and see how much distance they have covered. If that distance is quite similar, then that means Antarctica is uh, in middle of all of these things because uh,
Well,
Africa,
yeah. I
Australia,
mean,
South America is quite
let's
far
just
away. But when
let's
we
just get the facts. That Jason, get the facts down and submit it in the text chat. When you get your facts, put it in the text chat, and we'll review it. We're not above reviewing your information to see if what you've collected is something we can make sense out of. But
sure, sure.
you have to first collect all of this information and then submit it in the text channel, and we will review it, no doubt.
Sure. Thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Okay.
Just quickly as well, I don't think there are any flights from Australia to Antarctica. Just wanted to throw that in there. I have looked into this before, and I've
I'll
never
find
been
one.
from Australia. I've never heard about flights from New Zealand to
Yeah.
Antarctica or from Australia to Antarctica.
So if he does present something, then we'll review it. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
As
I
we
think you have to go. You have to
agreed,
fly from Australia to
I
Chile,
have
and then you
some
can get to
evidences.
Antarctica.
Oh, DJ just left. You just popped out, DJ. You still there?
Yeah. Just hit the disconnect button randomly. I don't know why.
Jeez. All right. Well, thanks, Jason, for your time. We're gonna move on to any other speaker. If you guys,
Yeah, sure.
if you guys want to come in with your questions and what's up to the panel. Thanks for letting Jason kind of review some information. He's changed his demeanor from the first day he's came in here, so hopefully people give him the benefit of the doubt and kind of let off the gas a little because he learned a lot from his interactions with us. So that's at least a big accomplishment, I think. A lot of people don't get to this stage of realization, so most people just flame out. We never see him again. So it's important, right? This next step that he's taking, the journey of like research and discovery. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, right? Like that's the heart of our aim, is to give people enough information to challenge their worldview that they could actually come back and, agree or see our viewpoint. Be like, hey, you guys were not just whistling Dixie, man. You guys are really saying something here. That's a turn of phrase I like. I heard Indio use it, so I'm using it now. Oh yeah, I mean we got Indio in here, DJ, myself. Got a few people that can take your questions. Professor Triangle's in here too. Reg Joe.
What's the topic of discussion?
Midnight Glober. Topic is evidence of the Earth being a globe. We're in English Hub channel, so our English Hub Discord. We want to at least put some information out for people to investigate. So if the Earth, in some way that you in your research was thought to be as a globe, we can expose that. Whether you're a globe head or you're a flat earther, doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm just wondering what the last guy was asking about. I mean,
He's basically on a journey right now, and at first he was coming in pretty hot and heavy with the trolling vibes, and everybody kind of was, we're all against the trolls, but he started to change his mind, at least to give it a chance to make some, real legitimate questions and try to figure things out. So he was talking about certain like aspects of presenting flat earth to someone. If you're really going to change your mind and the way that you think about the earth, like how could you present it to like friends or family, or if somebody asks you questions, what would be your response, that sort of stuff. And I don't have we spoken before midnight? I don't, it looks some like familiar, but
probably.
do you sit on the side of globe or flat earth?
I mean, I guess I don't really sit on one side, technically. I mean, I guess more the globe, but I'm very open-minded and interested in
Okay.
the flat earth position.
Well, that is good. That is good. You're interested. What would be the strongest point in your mind that would keep you to thinking that the earth is a globe? Because there's something that does challenge everybody. And I've heard of this. I'll give you an idea. I've heard of people saying that the reason why they can't contemplate flat earth is because they think space is a reality. The vacuum space, like where they think we exist in. It's too big of a logical leap to imagine the earth as a flat earth with all these round planets. Do you get what I mean? I'll give kind of an example as to what keeps people from actually thinking about this. So, I don't know where you're at with it, but you might think that satellites are the reason why you can't think about the Earth as a horizontal plane, but I don't know why. So, what would be your hinge or your hang up? Your hinge. What's your hang up for the globe?
Honestly, it's really like not that complicated. It's more just like because I was taught that, like the globe is like the hive mind position of the world. So like that's how I just kind of accepted that conclusion. That's pretty much
What's real
it.
strange? You know what's real strange, Midnight, is that it's not the default position, even though it seems that way. It's not the default position because let's say you never told a child that they're on a spinning globe, they would never know that. Their perception of the Earth growing up is not one of being on a globe. So the default is actually flat Earth, to be honest. It just seems like it's globe because we were inundated with this information at a very young age. It just feels that way.
Sense. Yeah.
Yeah, default is a flat Earth. But yeah, I mean, appreciate you giving us the time of day for this, and listening to the interactions is another part of like maybe you want to ask the question that somebody's saying, and we're going through it with them. So we do have other people in here. If you guys want to chime in here, see, we got volume at 100%. Welcome, volume. You want to say hello to the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're discussing the topic of the nature of our Earth. What do you think our Earth is, Volume?
The Earth is. What should I say?
Whatever it is you think the Earth is.
The Earth is a planet,
Okay.
and people living here.
Okay. What evidence do you have to rely on, Volume, that the Earth is a planet?
Pardon? I'm not very good at speaking English, so sometimes I wouldn't understand what you say.
Doing a pretty good job so far. So why do you think it's a globe, man?
The globe. What is the globe?
The planet.
Planet?
Yeah, why do you think the Earth is a planet?
Planet is is orbit. On the sun is a circle, and
Right.
around the sun, so it's a planet.
Yeah, there might be a language barrier here, Volume. I think there might be a language barrier. So perhaps if you have some more English, perhaps if you make some more English classes that you can or go attend more English classes, you'll be able to have a conversation in here. That's not a problem. We'll wait for later.
Can I ask something, Avi?
Yeah. I'm gonna let Volume. Okay, Volume. Maybe when your English is better, we can have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Can you put yourself on mute because we got some background noise coming.
Avi?
Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, is my English good that you can understand? Is
Yeah.
my English
For the most
understandable?
part, you're more like intermediate to advanced. I'm saying.
Okay, so
From
you
what
were
I
able to
gather.
understand what I was trying to articulate.
Yeah, we we discussed many things, and in the process of that, the conversation was, yeah, didn't really have trouble listening through your accent, so it wasn't a problem. Your English is good. It's not a
Okay.
problem.
Okay, if somebody else is not speaking, how can I ask how flat Earth is comprehend sun rotation and stars rotating through night and day and night?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you
So,
comprehend them?
a
Because
visual.
as I've sent in the chat, I've sent a message in the chat that current globe perspective that we are told, uh, it kind of perfectly fits this all, like how we comprehend stars moving, Earth rotating, so we feel like stars moving. Earth is
Yep.
rotating, so we feel like sun is coming from like sun is setting,
He's
and
going to the west. Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
have an answer. I have an answer for you.
mm,
So the answer would be that it has nothing to do with the Earth being a globe, but in fact, it looks like the stars are like a dome above us, like a dome. So if you ever been to a place that looks like where you can see all the stars, like from horizon to horizon, it looks like there's a big dome of stars above us, and this is considerably known as the celestial sphere. Now, celestial sphere is just an observation from a vantage point of you, right? So it has a specific orientation that's locked into your perspective. So they say that the celestial sphere can be thought of as being centered on the Earth or the observer. And in this case, we're saying it's completely centered on the observer. Every time you look up at the night sky, everything that you see is at an angle from your viewing distance, specifically from your vantage point. So you can look up the word celestial sphere, the words, and you can see in Wikipedia what it means, and it's following
Mm.
along with what I'm telling you. So
So I
this,
have another question. If
well, I
you're
wasn't
finished.
finished yet, but
Sorry,
I mean, if
yeah,
you want
please.
to, no,
I'm
did you
sorry.
want to finish? Did you want to ask you? I mean, if you
I
got
just wanted
more,
to add up in this
go ahead.
same. I just wanted to add up in this same concept of stars. Do you know that if I'm in Pakistan, I can see certain stars, and after 8 hours, if you are in America, you can. Oh, sorry, after 10 hours, if you are in America, you can see the same stars. Okay, and you can like if you lie, if you sit in the night sky, you can literally see stars moving, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
if the Earth is flat, shall we not all be able to see all the stars in a fixed place, and they should also be like not moving?
No.
We can clearly see them moving with our
Yes.
naked eye.
Yes. But no to the first answer to the first question. All right. So can you do me a favor, Jason?
Yeah,
Can you look up celestial sphere right now?
I'll do.
I think this is going to cover a lot of what you're talking about.
Celestial
Sphere.
cover. Okay, so fair. I'll see.
I'd say preferably go to the Wikipedia on it.
Okay. Celestial sphere, right?
Hmm.
Okay. It seems like celestial sphere is a globe.
Well, it seems that way, but I don't know. Can you read a little bit of what it says? I want you to read
Yeah,
like like the
loading.
introduction.
Okay, it's
Okay.
loading. I'll write it. Wait. I'm not sure why Wikipedia is not loading. Okay, I'll just read from the preface that I get on Google. It's not
Okay.
loading, so I'll just read what I see on
All
Google.
right.
The Wikipedia summary. In astronomy and navigation, the celestial sphere is an abstract sphere that has an arbitrarily large radius and is concentric to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Just that. I can't open. I can open some other link.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Wikipedia. Actually, I think
Yeah,
that's the one.
I'll open it from Wikipedia. I'm not sure why it's not working. I'll try using a different browser. Let's
Are you
see.
behind a VPN maybe or something?
Let me see. No, I'm not using a VPN.
Uh,
Let's just I guess I have to. There's some glitch in my phone right now. Okay, I'll as we discussed earlier, I'll research
yeah.
rather than asking questions because I
Well,
guess
well,
research.
well. Yeah. This one here is important.
Okay, I'll
It's paramount actually. It's and I say that because a lot of people refer to things in the sky and they assume a lot of things about what the ground is. So this is like it is one of the biggest points that you'll come across. So
yeah, I'll open my browser again and try to see if it's working.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it got opened. Okay,
Okay.
I'll read the introduction paragraph. Okay,
Excellent. Excellent.
in astronomy and navigation, the celestial sphere is an abstract sphere that has an arbitrarily large radius. Okay, and it is concentric to Earth. All objects in the sky can be conceived as being projected upon the inner surface of the celestial sphere, which
Mm-hmm.
may be centered on Earth or the observer.
Mm-hmm.
If centered on the observer, half of the sphere would be would resemble a hemispherical screen over the observing location. The celestial sphere is a conceptual tool used in spherical astronomy to specify the position of an object in the sky without considering its linear distance from the observer. The celestial equator divides the celestial sphere into northern and southern hemispheres.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay,
I'll
that was
share
it.
the image as well in the
Let's
chat.
look. Do we have one more thing? Can we pull up history? Does it have the history tab on the side? That's why I wanted Wikipedia.
Yeah, yeah, it does have history. Okay, Greek
Read.
history on celestial spheres. We have two tabs of history. One is history, and other is Greek history on celestial spheres. Which one should I open?
I really want to go to the first time that was mentioned in history. I think it
Okay,
was by the
so
Chaldeans. It might agree that it was by the Chaldeans or the Babylonians, but I think it was Chaldeans.
it says initially from the Greek astronomers such as Aristotle, he composed a set of principles called Aristotelian physics.
Astrolabe. Yeah.
Yeah, Aristotelian. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll research about this.
I'm trying
I
to.
can see it. Yeah.
This is the first place in history where they actually where they came up with this. So, like I
I can
said,
search on ChatGPT who
yeah,
proposed
the first people to propose the celestial sphere.
people,
Yeah.
the first people to propose celestial spheres in the history. Okay. Okay, according to ChatGPT, the first people in recorded history to propose the idea of celestial spheres were the ancient Greek philosophers, especially the early Pythagoreans, followed by a
Mm,
more detailed models from others. Okay,
yeah, I
the
really want to
first
go
is
with Wikipedia. Sorry, Wikipedia has a more in depth, because more people are contributing to it. So I know that's the answer that Google's giving you, but the reason why
yeah,
I'm referring to it because it's more ancient. There's anyway.
on Wikipedia it says that there are two names
Let me
like
see.
Pythagorean and
I'll look it up.
and there's another guy Aristarchus of Samos.
Let's see here.
Aristarchus of Samos.
Description.
Let me see.
Greek on celestial spheres. Oh, let me see. History. Fifth century BC by Anaxagoras. Let's see. 1686. Oh. Give me a second. There it is. Okay, let me see here. The Chaldeans or Babylonian astronomers developed an advanced understanding of the cosmos that included concepts foundationally to the celestial sphere model. They meticulously observed the stars, planets, and moon, which led to creating star maps and systems for predicting celestial events like eclipses. These Chaldean observations were later inherited by Hellenistic astronomy and formed the basis for geometric models of the celestial sphere that were used for centuries to describe and predict the positions of celestial bodies.
Yeah.
It talks about the Chaldeans, their contributions to celestial models, systematic observation. The Chaldeans were among the first to record celestial phenomena systematically, documenting planetary positions and eclipses over long periods, zodiac and ecliptic. they developed the zodiac and a band of constellations along the ecliptic, the sun's apparent path, which became the fundamental concept in celestial mapping for both astrology and astronomy. Prediction of events. Using the data, they developed systems to predict the movements of celestial bodies and events like eclipses, including the Saros cycle for eclipse prediction. Mathematical and astronomical knowledge. They used a sexagesimal base 60 system and divided the sky into 12 zodiac signs, which was a significant step in organizing the celestial sphere. Legacy and evolution of the celestial sphere concept. Inherited by Hellenistic astronomy, the Chaldean system of the celestial mapping was inherited by Greek astronomers and became part of the Hellenistic tradition. Foundation for later models. This knowledge was crucial for later developments, including the geocentric models of Exodosius and Ptolemy, who used the idea of concentric spheres to explain planetary motion. Continuing use. Although the idea of physical rotating spheres was eventually discarded, the celestial sphere remains a useful model for describing the positions of celestial objects using coordinates like declination and right ascension. When you type into Google, type in celestial sphere by the Chaldeans. Here, I'll put that in there. Give me a second.
So,
Here, hold on. Let me copy this and I'll put it in the text chat, and then you can. This is the prompt that you should give Google whenever. Put that prompt in there, and then you'll. There's a lot more information about it. This is more like just the topical stuff that I just gave you.
okay.
Does that make sense?
I'll read it. Should I read it now?
What's that again?
Should I read it now?
No, I mean you can, but no, I just read to you what.
Okay, so I'll read it later. So I've understood what is celestial sphere. So could you please
Okay.
let's get back and could you
Sure.
tell me how do you comprehend that star movement using celestial sphere? Like if like we all know that in southern hemisphere, southern countries like South Africa, Australia, and Argentina, they all see the exact same southern stars rotating around a single point, right?
They don't. They don't see all this. Hold on. They don't see all the same stars. They see some stars that are similar. That would be true.
some
That's a
stars.
true statement.
Yeah, but they are like, but these continents are thousands of kilometers apart.
Well. Hold on a second. Hold on. I think what's happening here is that there's some sort of map projection in your head that you're trying to portray using this system.
Yeah.
This is what's okay. So the reason I stopped you is because I want you to identify that you do have a map projection in your head that you say this cannot work and one that can work. So two things are colliding right now with the information that you have.
Like a map in my mind.
Yeah, most people do. Most people do because it seems like they want to make sense out of, well, how do we have one continent seeing stars and another continent seeing almost the same stars? Like, how is it possible that they're so far apart? But in that question, you're idealizing a map projection. You're probably not doing it on purpose, but you're still thinking, okay, I got this continent over here, I got this other one over here, and in between there's a long distance, and then they're both seeing almost similar stars. How is that possible on a flat Earth? But what I'm trying to tell you right now is that you're missing information. The gaps of knowledge that you don't have are where the land masses are in relation to the other one. What's the orientation? How are they facing? What are they? So this information is not filled. It's only given to you by way of a map projection. That's how it's filling that gap. The gap that's getting filled right now is a map projection that you're perceiving could be the case. Like in this particular respect, the globe. So you're trying to identify that two people could be seeing these stars based on a globe. So it's already projecting a sphere in your head without even you being able to know if you have a sphere that you can measure or test.
I'm just trying to create a flat Earth map in my mind.
Or that too. Either one. It's one way or the other. You're trying to project some sort of way that we could be seeing this on a flat Earth, or it can only happen on a globe. Either one, like there's issues because it's not talking about a specific flat Earth map. It's just talking about observations, right? So
So
you are correct, right? People do see
yeah.
certain stars in one continent, and you go to another one, they see these almost same stars in the night sky. That is true. There's nothing wrong with that. The implications, however, are that we're trying to figure out what a map can look like that would represent these observations. That's the issue.
Mm.
Do you
Okay,
find
yesterday,
what I'm
yeah, I do understand that.
okay?
You're trying to say that I need not to construct maps in my mind, I guess. That is what
Yeah,
you're trying to say.
based on observations, we can say these things are true because an observation is just something that you can see that's happening, the stars moving in a particular geographic location. That's fine. Nobody's disagreeing with this point. Everybody sees these
Mm,
things. The problem is which okay, and if I can put it this way, which direction is one person looking at to the other person? Like, are we side by side? Are we standing back to back? Are we both fronts facing? Like, you know what I mean? We don't know the exact orientation. That's the
yeah.
problem.
So, yesterday or day before yesterday, a person sent in,
Mhm.
I guess it was you or somebody who sent me a video of a person zooming in windmills that were 12 miles away, and he was able to see the
Mhm.
bottoms of the windmills, which he should not have been, which should be hidden if they, according to the curvature of the earth. So, as a flat earther, why don't like why do we always emphasize that Earth is not a globe rather than actually
Mhm.
uh, agreeing that Earth radius might not be correct, but it could be a globe.
I
Why
know
do
what you
we
mean.
always emphasize on flat Earth? See, we do
Right,
agree
right,
that
right, right.
that person was
Eh,
not able. That person was not supposed to see the bottom of the windmills. That could
Okay.
suggest that Earth's radius is not what we are told. But why?
It could be
What is
bigger.
the Yeah, it could be bigger, and I'm totally open to it. It might be bigger, way bigger. But what's the sole reason that flat earthers say? Why? What makes them believe Earth is a flat disk? The known
Well,
world is a
not
flat disk.
disk. Yeah, not disk. That's a triggering word in here. When you say that why flat earthers are saying it's a flat disk, that disk
Mm.
shape is a triggering word. People are gonna jump all over you and say we're not talking about a disk. No one in here is
Okay, I
claiming that the
take my
Earth is
words
a
back. I
disk.
apologize. I
Yeah, that's fine.
misunderstood.
That's fine. But the reason why I'm telling you is because that's a triggering word. So
Mm.
what you're saying is why are we saying it's like we're just saying it's already flat? It can't be a bigger ball. For
Yeah.
all intents, well, for all intents and purposes, what you're doing right now is trying to see if there's any curvature whatsoever, like any measurable curvature that you can say, I measured such and such curve over, 12 miles away or whatever it is the windmills are. Because
Mm.
curvature is something that would be measurable in the case of the Earth being a globe. In the case
Mm.
of the Earth being a globe, it would be measurable. Do you agree with me on that, Jason? It's if the Earth not if it's a bigger ball. I'm saying if it was the size that they're saying it is. The size of the
Mm.
Earth being a globe with a radius of 3959, the circumference of 24,901 miles, this globe could be measured by a person. Not the idea that the Earth is a bigger globe and that can't be measured because we're too big of a ball, so we couldn't measure that big ball. It's just
Maybe it
like
could
we're
be
on a
measured by ships and planes.
well, let's just investigate that, right? So you're saying it could be measured by planes or boats? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, ships.
Okay. In what way?
Like uh starting from one point and going all around the world and coming back to that same point and then seeing how much you have traveled actually.
Okay, so if I
Using
travel if I travel the distance, whatever miles that you say you're supposed to go around and come back to that same place, what information in my travel will I gather that leads me to the knowledge that the earth was curved in my travel?
Just we are able to come back, and we are
Okay.
traveling in a straight line. Okay, we are traveling in a straight line.
No,
Yet we are able
that's
to
not
come
true.
back to
Hold
the
on,
same
Jason.
point.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Okay, this straight line navigation is a false premise. Do you want me to tell you why?
Hmm.
Because when you imagine going in a straight line, how can you navigate a vast distance without referencing some sort of navigational tool?
Yeah,
You
we should
travel a
consider.
vast distance. So when you travel a vast distance, you're referencing a navigational tool or some sort of information input. Information input could be like a ground tower telling you as a pilot where to go as far as flight corridors go. They're telling you where to navigate to. That's an
We can
information
take
input.
VFR or IFR, both instrumental flight plan or visual flight plan.
Yeah, visual flight plan is not the navigation per se. Like if the flight plan is done over a map projection.
What about IFR? IFR? Like,
All right,
what about
so
IFR?
no, hold on a second. Well, we're jumping from thing to thing. So I want you to understand before you go into your IFR, if you're looking at a ship traveling over the surface of water and doing circumnavigation, what I'm asking for is not unreasonable. I'm asking for what information did the person in that boat gather that they know that they're traveling over a curved surface? What information is this? You say traveling in a straight line, that's not helping us understand because you don't know if they're traveling in a straight line or not. So, right now, if you don't know if they're traveling in a straight line, what other information can they gather from point A all the way back to point A that's going to show that they're traveling over a curved surface?
Okay, let's suppose we plan 360 journeys. Okay, I'll just give you an example, and
What did you say
uh,
the last one? Plan what?
let's suppose we plan 360 journeys. Okay,
Oh,
from Pakistan to uh, Pakistan, but
Pakistan.
360 in, yeah, but like by going all around the world, but in 360, like 360 different journeys. In
Okay.
in first journey we move around the equator. In second journey we change the angle a little bit and
Yeah.
come back to Pakistan, like going into the east with 1 degree more up and coming back to Pakistan. And if we do it 360 times, changing the angle of our flight 360 times, all the times we'll come back again to Pakistan.
Okay.
Would suggest,
There seems to be an issue right now.
yeah.
The straight line travel method is the issue. The straight line travel method is the issue. It's the problem in your question.
Okay, so
Straight line travel method is not something that anyone has ever done. Nobody travels in a straight line, Jason. Not a single soul on this earth. That is not possible to know that you're going in a straight line. Straight line travel is a myth. It's a myth. And it's only used to have people believe they live on a globe doing a great circle route. It's a myth. Now, let me put it to you this way. If it's something that's proven, you can show me how straight line travel actually works without using a map projection like a globe. Let's say, for instance, this, right? I'll give you an example. You give a ship captain a way to go from point A back to point A, not
Yeah.
using a map projection, like not a world map. If you don't give him a world map, then what is he going to use to travel?
Compass, bearings,
Okay. What does the compass rely on? What is it referencing?
magnetic field, Earth's magnetic
That's
field.
correct. That's correct. Are they perfect straight lines? Look them up
They
right now.
should,
Like, well, hold on a second. I want you to type in magnetic field lines. We're at
yeah,
a very
yeah.
crucial point right now at your understanding of straight line travel.
Let me see.
Magnetic field lines. You can
Yeah,
type
they
that in
are.
a.
Like, I'll write Earth magnetic field lines or only
I
magnetic
mean,
field.
I think you can just type in Earth magnetic field lines. You'll have the answer right away.
Yeah, they are like converging on a single point.
Well, I mean, it just depends where you're starting from, man. I mean, you said Pakistan, right?
Mm, no, but the magnetic field converges on one pole and on two poles. So
What are you looking at? Can you post an
that is,
image? You mind?
yeah, I'll share an image of first a magnet. I'll share a magnetic field line and then I'll share Earth's magnetic field lines. Okay. Okay, I'll share this image. There's a person trolling me, I guess. Okay, I've shared a picture and we'll just debug it.
No.
Debug it.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Okay.
No. Let me see. Here, let me help you out. Give me a second. Oh. Let's see. Give me a second. I think this is the one. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to blow this one up.
Yeah, I can see it.
Obvious it'd be is a bit closer to what I'm talking about. Here, this is the one that I wanted to show you. It's about like that, but here. I don't know if I can get this image up. Oh yes, I can. Give me a second. Save image.
But if Earth was flat,
Okay.
it was possible to travel in a straight line. Yes or no?
No. Here, I'll post this. Look at this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, you could see where you are on that map projection, but like I'd say too, the map projection doesn't equal the land. So even these magnetic field lines would be even more distorted because we don't even know the orientations exactly. Like all the continents in relation to one another. So let's put it this way, right? We're referencing the compass to travel. That much we know. Straight line travel is a myth because the compass is following magnetic field lines, as you also understand.
Yeah.
That seems to be an issue, isn't it? If the compass is following the magnetic field lines.
Yeah. If magnetic field is
Okay,
changing, then
that's right.
I get what you're trying to say.
Right. So there is, however, a way to know the travel based on using the compass, but it's not like as dependable as you might have thought it was for a straight line travel. So the straight line travel is a myth. That's not possible.
Yeah.
Even if you take the idea that magnetic field lines still affect the Earth in every way, if you think about the Earth as a flat Earth, it's going to affect that too. So
Yeah.
straight line travel would not be possible on a flat Earth either. Like the way you might be
Yeah.
thinking.
But like currently we believe that like there's nothing like okay, yeah, I agree. I get what you're trying to say. So what
Okay.
uh, even if we don't account straight line travel, and if we
Mm-hmm.
like using the straight line just to be precise for the experiment,
Mm-hmm.
even if we have some errors, the fact that I'm going from Pakistan to
Back to
actually
Pakistan.
to Russia. I'm going from Pakistan to Russia
Oh.
to Antarctica to in Russia to what Greenland and coming back to North America, South America, Antarctica, and again to Pakistan, and doing this 360 times from different countries and coming to the same point, like, doesn't that tell us that we do have a shape of our globe?
No, well, not just globe, but the actual continents or where their orientation is. We don't even have that. No, and that's it's not. It's even worse than thinking that the Earth is a globe. It's like continent orientation. Where the continents are. Okay, let me. A way to illustrate this is the problem with cartography. The problem with cartography is that it's not, and for lack of better words, I'm going to say it's not an exact science. Okay, they don't. They're not able to detail within all the maps that they've proposed to us or everyone in here that there's a way to think about the Earth in a specific way, like the gold standard, right? There's no gold standard that's available to you and me to say this is what the Earth looks like. And I'll give you the great example. Do you know how many map projections there are? That's my question to you right now.
No.
All right. So can you, just for or the sake of us discussing it, can you type in how many map projections are there of Earth, and type that into Google right now. These are crucial elements for your research when you start moving forward. And
There's an infinite number of map projections according to Google,
yes,
but they can be categorized into three main categories: cylindrical, conical, and azimuthal.
Azimuthal. Yep.
Planar. Yeah. So these classes are defined by the shape of the projection surface used to project the Earth's globe onto a flat surface. So these maps are like basically trying to make it easy for us to understand, like so that we can comprehend it on a flat surface.
Yeah, according to the way that they're saying this explanation, right? What you're reading.
Yeah.
This is according to what they're saying.
Yeah, I can share the screenshot if you want.
No, I've seen it, but I know what you mean, because this is the reason why I want you to look this up. So it's not okay. The world right now that you're understanding is a lot more difficult to realize that it's one specific thing. Can you at least respect that? Like, it's not as easy. It's not as straight as you thought it was to, like, say, oh, it's just this thing and that's what it is. It's look at the problem they've had with cartography. It's an issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but if you see all those maps, all the like majority of these maps, they come to a consensus of the orientation of the continents, don't they?
That's the other thing. Who actually? Well, I'd say, what council was it that actually came up with the standard for what we're going to use? And I'll say the standard because if you go to Google Earth, and you pull that up, the Google Earth is using a specific map projection. This is knowledge for you. So if you're in this, oh, you were shown this already?
Yeah. No, I know Google Earth uses a map projection that is, I don't know that name, but I do know that is just converting, trying to convert the global into, and they also acknowledge that it's just trying to.
But what I'm saying is the name of that map.
I'll see that.
Well, that's what the important thing I want is for you to have as much information available in your hands right now.
Okay,
to
that map
understand.
is, I guess, Lambert cylindrical, maybe.
Yeah.
Or there's another caution. I'll share all the ones in the chat.
There's another one. It's the Webb Mercator projection. It's a cylinder map. Yes.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yes.
So, what are you trying to like? What point are you trying to make?
Yeah. Where was the origin of how the cylinder map was made? The origin. You listen, man. One thing leads to the other. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're doing research live. This is something you should have looked at. What's that?
And you can see in the chat, I've shared all the maps.
That's
all
correct. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let me look it up. Let me blow it up. Okay. Okay. Can I just say something? Look at the orientation of the continents on each one of those.
Mm, hmm. But are they that like the structure is quite same? What do you mean by orientation? I can't get you.
Okay, so like I'll give you an example. Look at the Lambert CC, at the the top right
Yeah,
one.
yeah. What you see?
Look at South America, and then look at the orientation it is to Africa. Now, take for example that one against the McBridle S3. The
Argentina is
McBridle
quite
is
far from South Africa in Lambert, and
yeah.
in McBride, Argentina and Africa are not that far.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Okay, now there's still variants from other ones. There's more than this, by the way. This is just a few that
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
showing.
Like if you see in Lambert, Argentina is quite far from
Yes.
Cape Town, South Africa.
Yes.
But if you
Now
McBride,
yes, dude, like now you're seeing past the problem.
no,
You
but
can see
can I add
why
something?
when yeah, go ahead.
The creator of these maps do acknowledge that these are not the actual representation, and just to
Exactly.
like yeah. So they do
But
acknowledge that.
I know this is the important part for you. So is there anybody that says this is the one that's real and not that we're just saying that it's not?
Okay, so the world has come to a point like the world agrees that we can't project a sphere on a plane
Okay.
sheet. Right?
Yes.
We can't project a sphere on a rectangle. We have to stretch some parts of that fabric we have to put it on a
You don't have a ball. You don't have a ball that you're
Yep.
stretching this on the flat with.
Yep. That's the next thing I was going to say. You don't have the sphere in the first place. They're trying to
this is
stretch.
what they say.
Oh, you're reading something.
No, this is what world thinks. I'm not saying I.
No, that's fine. Listen, the world can think whatever it wants to. What we need is verification that you're getting a sphere.
Hmm. Uh, uh, like
That's
what
the
I'm trying to
problem.
say is that like I'm not sure if you have got like if you understood me. I'm just trying to say that the creator of this map representation also do acknowledge the fact that uh, these representations are not quite perfect, and the reason that they give is that a sphere can't be 100% accurately can't be placed on a
Yeah, I know what
flat.
I know what they're saying, Jason. I know what they're saying, but they do
Uh,
not have. They listen, brother. They do not have a sphere in the first place. They're telling you this. It's
they
like
have imagined a sphere like they
yes,
they they have like first okay, so when I have to create a map, first I have to imagine how a map is. So they imagined the map, the continents, okay, though they actually, and then they imagined how the shape of the earth. They might have, okay, so they have their evidences, and they then suggested the earth is a globe, and to make a map so that it could be printed on paper, they gave different representations.
yeah, but why would they have to imagine it as a sphere?
According to them, they have evidences that
Oh
suggest
yeah,
Earth is
post
a
that
sphere.
evidence that it's a sphere and then we'll understand. But what
Yep.
they did was measure it flat, put it on a flat map, and rolled it up and put it in their drawer.
Could you say that again?
Yeah, so when they originally mapped it, they just made a map of their local area, and that was it. Hung it on the wall, and they knew where everybody was at. Right? That's how they did
Yeah.
original maps. They had nothing to do with the ball.
Yeah, a flat map.
Yep, they're always flat because water's always flat, so you got to assume you can just make a flat map, and it's right. Not a globe, so you'd have no reason to wrap it on a ball.
But wouldn't be a flat map infinite?
No, there you go with the infinite, dude. It's not. We said only the known territory. We don't have the
You're
information
gonna
for
go in a
unknown.
circle if you try to figure it out. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No matter what you try in your whole life, you're gonna go in a circle no matter what.
No, like even if I like, let's suppose we have two parts, known part and the unknown part. So where does the unknown part end?
Nobody knows because it's unknown.
Yeah, and if you
Okay.
can't map it, if you can't figure out where you're at because
Mm,
you don't have any way to navigate, you're just going to get lost. You won't be able to come back anyway and tell people, "Yeah, this stuff's over here." So it really doesn't
yeah.
matter at this point.
Okay, I'll do my research and come again. It's I'll read things that DJ sent me and all those experiments that you people have done. One thing, do you believe that Voyager 1 image that NASA released was original? Like, was it, according to you, was it a fake image? Like, there's a satellite uh, named as Voyager 1, which captured the photo famously called the pale blue dot, okay, on February 14, 1990. Okay, so this spacecraft was over like 6 billion kilometers away from Earth. Uh, the photo exactly the photo suggests that Earth is a sphere. I'll share this photo in the chat.
Yeah, no, that's fake. Don't worry about it.
Talking
Okay,
about the
so
pale blue dot.
yeah. So why do you think like NASA is hiding this all from us? That is my next question.
So
Like,
people that want to hear about Voyager, what it's doing, they got something to look at, and they can pay money to read the newspaper or the magazine or whatever back then in order to watch television shows about it and sell advertising. That's why they did that.
mhm.
I'm gonna step out for a little bit. So it was good talking to you for a while, Jason. So hopefully you continue your journey, man.
Yeah, I'll just give some other people chance. I'll do my research. Until now, I'm like I'll try to bring the evidences of the flights that I told you. Uh, maybe tomorrow, and then we can do further discussion.